don't you do your Santa impersonation, Nick? Ha ha ha!
That's the Count. That's not Santa.
That's what he did earlier. He went ha ha ha.
His Santa's so rapey.
No.
Oh God, this is not the podcast. This is the podcast.
Oh, you just start it, Brad.
Hey guys.
Welcome to 4Player Podcast.
Not you, Nolan.
Hey, welcome to 4Player Podcast.
Welcome to 4Player Podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to 4Player Podcast.
It's episode 437.
437, guys. Welcome to episode 437 of.
Hey, it's episode 437.
I
Welcome
hate
to 4Player
all of you.
Podcast.
I hate
December 9th, episode 437.
I hate every single.
Hey, welcome to
one of
4Player
you.
Podcast Weekly Top 427 Podcast.
437.
437 Podcast.
7 episodes until 444. You all know what that means.
No.
Oh.
No, I don't. Why did Chris Davis just type into chat 7 more episodes until episode 444? What is the significance of
Dude, you know,
444?
it's a-
That's a good.
Palindrome.
That's a good question, Nick Henderson.
Dude,
Oh,
Chris
thank you.
Davis
No.
loves the idea of themed episodes surrounding certain numbers. Like, I remember before 420, he was talking about it for months. Like, dude, 420's coming up. What are we going to do?
And you know what we did?
I don't know. Nothing.
Nothing.
That's just like his favorite thing. I mean, we all have our things, so. You know what my thing is?
What's your.
Christmas shit.
Wait. Brad Simons.
Hello.
Hold your horses.
Okay.
Nolan Hedstrom's here.
How's it going?
And Christopher Guthridge.
Hey, what's up?
You know, we got to start thinking about these more often, more guys, because as we're approaching E3, we got to make sure we introduce ourselves earlier in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Right.
They do like
They
that.
have a criteria.
They
on
do
that, don't
like
they?
that.
Yeah.
The last few episodes. Not been the standard.
Hey.
Anyways, Brad, continue.
Guys, I had a crazy Christmas weekend.
It's like this. It's early.
I saw
December.
you blowing glass or something.
I blew glass ornaments.
Like in
You know,
someone's face?
Like, I actually fucking had the poker in the forge. I, like, blew glass, man.
There are so many jokes there.
I didn't shape it. I blew it.
Wait, you didn't shape it
But
at
the
all?
thing is, they roll it around.
Did you not
and-
roll it? Did they roll it for you? And
They
you just
rolled
blew-
it.
And you're just going back and forth trying to chase the dick as
Yeah.
you're blowing it? You're just,
Yeah, they're like, blow harder. Blow harder.
He's like, yeah, just like that. Just like that, Brad, yeah.
I was talking to Malia in the car going like, because it was funny because I was started thinking of, you know how like, yeah, my girlfriend's a gymnast, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, what if you're like, man, my girl, she blows glass.
Wait, what was your example? I didn't hear what you said. It
She's
was
a gymnast.
Oh,
A gymnast.
it was
She's
so-
flexible.
She's a
She's,
gymnast.
yeah.
She blows glass.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
And I thought that was really funny. Like, what if you were like, dude, my girlfriend, she blows glass. But Malia was like, but
that's
So
how
she's
they
not
call
actually
themselves.
blow.
glass blowers, they do like
Aren't-
this shit,
aren't-
don't they?
aren't
They're
glass-
like spinning the glass and they're blowing on it and stuff.
Aren't
I can
those
see.
people called like glazers or something? You'd be like, yo, my girl's a glazer, and people would be like, what the fuck does that mean?
well, Malia was like, that probably wouldn't be that good.
It's like a glazed donut. You just
she
glaze
glazed-
all over her face.
Well, okay.
It'd be better
Oh my
like, my
god.
girlfriend, she tests popsicles for a living.
I think like a
Test them?
A lollipop.
The popsicle tester.
A lollipop's probably better than a popsicle.
Are you
Yeah,
saying that?
probably.
Are you saying
But
that? All,
there's a point of diminishing returns on that because
Oh,
you can't.
She tests blow pop.
Yeah.
No!
No, one of those like curly, what are those curly like lollipops? You know, like the long
screw pop.
Yeah, like she does that.
What are we talking about?
You started it.
My
we're talking
Christmas
talking
weekend.
about what our
Dude,
girlfriends do.
I went to 2 Trails of Lights this past
Jesus
weekend.
Christ.
That's 3 total so far this season.
Was it
I
even
went to-
December yet?
Do you have like a stamp book or something?
Dude, we
Is your
go
passport filled?
hard. I saw both Christmas movies out in theaters this weekend. I saw Krampus and I saw The Night Before with Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Both were pretty good.
You know, there's one more actor in that movie, right?
There's a few.
The Falcon. I don't know his name.
That's racist.
Well, I just don't know his name. He's not a big actor. What do you? I mean, if it was like so.
Is he not a big actor because he's black?
No, he's just not a big actor. If it was like Michael B. Jordan, I would know Michael B. Jordan. He's a big actor these days.
Yeah, but-
Falcon's not a big actor. The dude from Hurt Locker. I don't
I'm
fucking know
going
his
to propose
name.
that the only reason you know Michael B. Jordan's name is because most of his name is Michael Jordan's name.
Shut up. Chris Rock.
Oh my god.
Keith David's a better
Keith
go-to.
David.
Because his name sounds so white.
I went to I went and saw the light show at Mozart's. They took out the fucking Wizards of Winter song. That was like the coolest song that they had. They had it in Frozen.
When I went there last year and they played What Does the Fox Say?
Really?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's
Did they
super
do that this year
Christmassy.
too?
No, this year they had Frozen and some other song, but they took out the Wizards of Winter song, man. That one was so cool. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know that song, yeah.
Okay. But and we went to it was crazy. We bought 2 Christmas trees.
Jesus. Bernadette and I were like, yeah, let's go get our Christmas tree. And then Sunday we didn't do anything.
We went to the hipster Christmas gift market, the Blue Genie place. You ever been there?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. I
The
don't know
Blue
what you're
Genie Art Bazaar or something like that. It's where you go to buy like cool hipster Christmas gifts.
Like
like sandals?
No, like yeah. I mean, it's like crazy. I mean,
I don't even know what that would be.
like a tambourine?
it's over by Highland Mall.
I have a white elephant party on Friday. Should I go there?
Yeah, that's a good
hummus?
place. Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go to the dollar store.
No, well, that's lame. No, that's actually a really cool place if you have people that like cool, thoughtful gifts. Like
a dreidel?
like one of the things they have is,
Like hipster.
they have
Not
different
very
sellers that sell cool stuff.
hipster
One of them is like dinosaur, like neon dinosaur statues with like cactuses growing out of them. So like there's like a stegosaurus, but a cool like cactus that grows out of its back that looks
Like the spines?
I mean, it's just cool.
That is weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool, weird, cool. I mean, there's like normal stuff too. Like you can buy some like, yeah. I mean, it's cool. You want to buy a
Christmas tree shaped cookie cutters?
no, nothing like that.
Pretty sure those are pretty common.
But
I think.
Yeah.
Tell us a story, Brad. Tell us something funny that happened. Make us laugh.
But don't make it Christmas related.
Well, okay. Well, that's all I've been doing lately. I don't know how to do that. It's been all Christmas all the time for me.
I didn't know you were
because
such a huge Christmas fan.
I'm not.
Malia
Malia
is.
is.
How is this not new to you, Nick? How is this news?
As soon as we get up that Christmas tree, there's already a bunch of gifts down there, and I feel super bad because like I haven't even ordered some of my Christmas gifts.
Shit.
Dude, I haven't even started Christmas shopping
What are you
yet.
getting Malia this year?
Whoa! What if she listens to
It's
the
okay.
show?
She doesn't listen to
She
the show.
doesn't listen to the show. She never listened to an episode in her life.
So she has no idea what you do every Tuesday when you're coming in this room.
I mean, it's all dumb shit. I'm
That was
getting her
really
like a
weird, Brad.
like a.
He like stuck his finger deep in his like water bottle and then like swished it upside down, so his finger was like blocking the water in there. But now his finger's all wet.
Sorry.
I don't know where
One of my gifts was the ornament blowing thing. That actually was kind of costly. But the ornaments came out nice. We don't have them yet though. We gotta go pick them up. I'm getting her like a frappuccino maker thing that she really wanted, and some.
She's not home,
tongs
right?
I don't.
No, she's at
no. A couple more things. She wants this book that's like Christmas letters to Tolkien or something. I don't even know what it is. I gotta order it. And just some other things. I think I'm getting an Xbox though. That's what I'm holding out for. That or like a lot of Steam and PSN.
So
points.
I during Black Friday, I was like, I might get an Xbox, and Bernard was like, don't get one. So now I'm thinking she's gonna get me one, but I'm of like the mindset.
Why would she say don't get one?
I don't know. So she can buy me one.
Exactly.
But my whole thing, well, she also knows I've had a big discussion with her about how there's not really enough games out for it and blah blah blah.
But if
So my
someone's
whole
gonna
thing
give
is-
it to you,
well, my whole thing is like, well, don't just buy it. Get it on a good sale. Like I don't.
That's what I told her.
I don't want her to like just go
That's
out and buy one
exactly what I
for
told
fucking
Malia.
full price. Like if you're gonna give me one, I'll let you know when there's a good. Like I almost bought one today because Target had like a really fucking good deal where you could get like one of the 1 terabyte ones for like $260.
nice.
And I was this close to buying one. I didn't do it.
I told Malia that, listen, if you give me this thing, I ain't gonna play it. I'm getting it for Scalebound. That ain't out anytime
Exactly.
soon.
Hey, there's other things you could play on it. One of which
Well,
I'll
there's
be
things you
talking about
could-
today.
There's things you could play on it, but just because you
That
can
thing
doesn't mean you will.
That thing you're gonna talk about today, I played on Steam a long time ago.
Oh, I didn't know you played it already.
That's the thing. I mean, there's not.
Why didn't you ever talk about it?
I did.
did.
It was like in February or something.
It was a
long time
It
ago.
was a while ago.
Oh. Well, great. Now I don't want to talk about it.
Well, no, we're still talking about
Sorry,
it.
Nick.
Way to
That's
kill
the
my-
thing. I mean, I was like, I guess I kind of want to play what's it called, the Insomniac game, but like beyond that,
Sunset Overdrive?
Sunset Overdrive. I really have no idea what I would play. So I might be playing like fucking Halo or some shit. Like show Malia that like Santa's so
You can
great.
say that without acting like you're pulling teeth. Halo is not a bad game.
I really don't want to play Halo. Do you know how many other games I have to play?
It's not about Halo being a bad game. It's about there's so many other games
Yeah.
not on the Xbox he wants to
I'm
play.
gonna be playing Halo when I want to be playing Fallout.
Like that's the same here. Is like the reason I didn't buy it today is because I told myself like, look, if you buy it today, you're literally not going to use it until like.
well, then
at
it sounds
least
like
past
then it sounds like
January.
y'all don't need Xboxes right now.
I don't want an Xbox.
but that's the thing.
Tell your girlfriends to not get you Xboxes.
No. This might be my last
You
chance.
fucking asshole.
No.
I don't even have a girlfriend that's considering to buy me an Xbox.
But that's why.
Assholes.
That's why you get it for yourself. Listen. This
And
might
I
be-
got myself an Xbox way before my girlfriend could even consider buying
This
me an
might
Xbox.
be my last chance for like a lavish gift. Before Scaledown comes out, so I gotta have my bases covered. Anyways, I don't even know if she's getting me that. If not that, then a lot of Steam and PSN credit.
She knitted you a sweater. That's
That says Xbox.
This is Xbox on it.
There are 3 boxes under that tree, and none of them are Xbox shaped. So I don't know.
I've always wanted to do the thing where you buy them a gift and you wrap it really oddly shaped, but that takes like time and effort that I don't always.
Neither
wanna
of
put
which are
in.
things that I want to.
Socks. I got to get lots of socks.
Dude,
for
I
my
love
as well.
socks. I love when I get
Dude,
socks.
I legitimately need socks. I'm wearing 2 completely different socks right now
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
because I don't have a complete pair of any of them.
I gotta get some baller socks.
So this past weekend, I watched something. I can't remember what. Oh yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned it on the show. I've been watching Twin Peaks.
Yeah, you mentioned it last week.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, that show keeps getting fucking weirder
know,
and
right?
fucking weirder.
Wait till
and then
season 2
like,
starts.
I'm on season 2.
Oh, okay.
And the fucking dad's like, I just gotta dance and I want to sing. He's fucking like singing, and I'm like, what
I
the-
love him, man. As soon as he got white hair, he became awesome.
Yes, he just recently got white hair and he's just like at a dinner party and the dead girl's mom's like all fucking sad and he's like, I'm singing, and like then he fucking passes out, and oh my god, that show is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
That doesn't sound anything like Alan Wake.
You mean Deadly Premonition?
More like Deadly Premonition.
Yeah, the show's more like Deadly Premonition.
Alan Wake
Oh,
just
okay.
takes
Well,
place in a...
then I suddenly have not a whole lot of interest in watching.
Oh no,
Twin
you
Peaks.
wouldn't. You don't watch it. I don't think you would watch the show.
Yeah,
I don't think you'd like it.
The only reason I was ever really interested in checking out Twin Peaks is because people said that Alan Wake takes a lot of inspiration from
The
Twin Peaks.
area, the place.
Yeah, the location,
and some of the
the
locals.
locale.
Oh, well, that's the
Yeah.
okay.
The style of the show is not.
Okay.
It's very. I
Alan
don't know how
Wake
to
is
describe it.
much more Stephen King than
Yeah.
it is David
Exactly.
Lynch.
which is what if I was to watch a show like Twin Peaks, I would want it to be more like that. So
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna skip it.
So I also I finally got around to watching that movie Spy.
This idiot.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. A little long.
I've heard it was pretty good.
I've seen
It was like over. It was like
It
two,
does go on too
2
long.
hours, and I'm like, this is kind of getting for that style of movie. Like an hour and a half is pretty good. But then like
for
it just kind
comedy.
it just kind of kept going. And so I don't know. Like it was good though. I kind of saw what was anyway.
Oh, I saw the other day, Gone Girl for the first time.
I still haven't
holy
seen that movie.
dude,
fuck.
you would like that.
That movie is
you would like that movie.
It is
Nick.
I know.
crazy. Like, and it's
on,
super
isn't it
long.
on Netflix now?
I don't know, maybe.
I
It
know
might
it's
be.
like on like HBO.
We
so I don't know if it's on Netflix.
Oh,
My-
you have
my
HBO
roommate-
though, don't you?
I do.
My
Yeah,
roommate
watch
got
it.
the Blu-ray, and it comes with a copy of like the children's book from the
No, yeah,
from
yeah.
the movie. It's really weird, but like that movie is super long, and like when I thought that they were like wrapping it up, and they're like, oh, they did the big reveal, and
Yeah.
that movie goes on for another hour.
Yeah,
it's like
no, it's
And
pretty.
Doogie Howser gets up in the mix.
it is fucked, man. That movie
But
is
it sounds like you
fucked.
liked it.
It was
No,
really
no,
good.
it's a
It
good
was
movie.
really,
No,
really
it's a
good.
really
It is
good
serious.
movie.
I think I described it as the best Lifetime movie ever made.
Oh my god, yeah, that's
No,
pretty
that's
much
a pretty
exactly
good
what it is.
All right,
description.
fair enough.
There's
fair enough.
like, yeah, I don't know. You should just watch it.
I will.
It's-
I will. Since we're all talking about what we're watching, I started watching the current season of Homeland. Show's still
That
pretty
show's
damn.
still on?
Yeah, and they just renewed for another season.
Really?
Is Claire
Okay.
Danes still crazy?
Yes, she's still the star of that show. That's a good damn show. Good damn show. That's all I'm gonna say.
I watched the season finale of Flash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mid-
Wait, the crossover or the
No, the
Oh,
one
I haven't seen the
after.
newest one. The last one I watched was the crossover. The crossover was good.
Guys,
When was has there been a new episode of Last Man on Earth?
Yes, there was a brand new one. They did a Secret Santa episode.
I'll
you're
have
killing
to
me,
watch that
guys.
one.
It's
Why are we
pretty
killing
fun.
you?
Video games.
Video
Okay.
games. This is exactly what I was gonna say. Video games. It is time. It's actually so. There's actually a lot of new stuff for us to cover this week. It's actually been because we didn't talk at all about Just Cause 3 last week. We didn't talk about Xenoblade. Well, Xenoblade wasn't even out last week.
No,
so
it was not.
we'll talk about Xenoblade. I'll talk about Ori and the Blind Forest. Where would y'all like to start? Brad, did you ever try any Invisible Ink?
Not yet.
Okay, I played a little
I
bit more of
have a
that.
lot of fucking. My God, man.
I just want to say this.
So many
I
games.
played another hour or two of Invisible Ink because it's kind of my
Yeah?
my side chick right now.
You like it?
Dude, the game is fucking amazing.
I know. I
It
keep
is-
hearing that.
It is. It gets crazy. Like that game. I'm playing on beginner.
Yeah.
That game gets hard.
The thing is, it's because it didn't come out on consoles. That's why no one's talking about it this
Yeah.
year.
Probably.
But it will eventually, and more.
But
people
my
will
God,
talk
like,
about it.
but even I don't play a lot of PC games, and I'm not crazy about mouse and keyboard. But it's the controls are so simple. It
use
doesn't.
an
It's
Xbox 360
inconsequential.
controller, can't you?
But it's literally just click on
Yeah,
door,
but
like click thing.
It's probably a lot easier with a mouse and keyboard.
It
though.
really like this is one of those few games where it's like I really don't care because it's so simple. You can play the whole game with a mouse without
I
ever
wanna
touching a
play it.
keyboard. It's so good,
I want to play it.
and
There's probably some
I,
hotkeys.
Like,
I
I
regret
did-
that I'm probably absolutely not going to get to that.
I did 2 missions. I did 2 missions in that game, and I was like, because basically you have two people in the field, and like you get to the point where, and every turn you take, the security level gets a little bit higher. Like a bar fills up, and if the whole ring fills up, it goes from like security level 1 to level 2, and they'll add extra cameras or security guards or whatever. And like I did 2 missions in a row where I was like at like security level 5, which was like max. There's guards everywhere. All the cameras that I deactivated come back on, and there's like these little floating robots looking around for you and shit. But the only way to pass the level is to get both your characters onto the elevator to exit. And it was just like a straight shot across a room filled with dudes to the elevator, and like trying to get them there. Oh my God, it's crazy. You're trying to predict where they're gonna look and whether they're gonna be able to see you, whether if you're hiding behind a pillar or it's so good. You gotta play it. What? I did not hear what you said, bro.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, maybe one of the. Hey, I've been playing Just Cause 3. You heard of that?
I've heard of that.
Heard of it.
Wait,
You played this
what
too,
was
Norm?
He was asking if you had footage.
No,
Oh,
I'm
no.
asking you if you tweeted.
If you tweeted.
Oh
Did you tweeted?
no, but I can.
Thank you. Because it's Wednesday, and you know.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
true. That's true. It is Wednesday. We usually record on Tuesday.
People need to look at the calendar. It's on there.
It is on the calendar. Anyways, go, Brad. Go. Just Cause 3.
Just Cause 3.
Holy God.
I've been playing this. I played a healthy chunk of this. You've been playing this too?
Yeah, I played.
What are you playing on,
maybe
Brad?
4 hours.
Okay,
PS4.
I'm playing on the PS4, of
Yeah.
course. And have you played
Yeah.
Just Cause 2?
Me?
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
I didn't play a whole lot of Just Cause 2. I mean, I started it and I played it and I enjoyed it. I think when I played it, it was around a time where I couldn't really play
What's
it.
going on here?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. This is Chris Davis's footage. Man, this runs like shit on PC. No, so yeah, I unfortunately I didn't play as much Just Cause 2 as I wanted to. And so when Just Cause 3 came out, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna play this.
Yeah.
And so,
This game's a lot like Just Cause 2.
oh, I know, that's what
With
I
a
hear.
wingsuit.
Yeah,
And you know what? I gotta be honest with you. Wingsuit, kind of a game changer. I really love the wingsuit.
it's pretty cool.
Because it just when you're tackling like a big basic, especially a real giant one, it's just you're just constantly like fucking I'm outing, but
Yeah,
like
I'm trying to get away from the guy shooting.
just trying
at
to
you
get
and
away
stuff.
from him. You bust out your wingsuit and you feel like you barely have enough control, but you just gotta get it far enough away, and it's just you just feel like I was about to make a reference that nobody would have gotten, so I'm not gonna do it.
Because none of us are on Social Security yet.
Yeah. There was a show called like The Great American Hero or something, whatever.
Believe it or
Hey,
not,
hey, you know what? We were at dinner
walking
tonight,
on
and Brad.
Another great American.
We were at dinner tonight, and
Greatest
Brad decided to because we were talking about trying to schedule this popcorn cast for Star Wars, and Brad was like, "Return of the Jedi came out the year I was born," and like I was just like, what?"
Whatever. Okay. So Just Cause 3. I don't know what to say much about this game. I probably played about the same amount as Nolan, and I guess one new thing that they've done is that they've tied a lot of your upgrades to your various things to different challenges.
Yeah,
and just
challenges around the world.
and just
yeah.
taking down bases and stuff too.
Wait, so have you done
you feel pretty compelled to do all those things because you get cool shit from just doing these challenges.
Have you done the challenge to get the extra grappling hooks? Not what are they called? What's the technical term?
No. I mean, I've unlocked that one. That's the one where you like drag.
Yeah, have you
magnetized
done that?
rocks.
That's actually pretty fun.
I haven't done it. No, they're all pretty short and sweet, and there's some cool ideas in there. I just haven't gotten around to doing them yet. Just because I've been like just going around
Just
and
fucking around the
blowing
world,
up
just
that,
having fun.
liberating.
Yeah,
they
taking
call
out
it
bases.
liberating, by the way. Like what Chris Davis is doing in this footage.
These are
is,
fun, yeah.
Is liberating, where he's just blowing shit up.
Anything that's red, you shoot.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much it.
And then you blow up everything in a base, and you've liberated it, and you get something for it, like an upgrade or a weapon.
Wait, how are you liberating it if there's nothing left when you're done?
Well, you're killing all the bad guys and
Yeah.
taking away all the
Yeah.
like all their like gas and all their like radios and all that shit. You just take it away.
Destroy
from them.
their infrastructure. So, yeah.
No, so my biggest complaint with this game so far is I don't feel like I have enough ammo.
No,
I feel like I'm
same thing in
constantly
Just
running
Cause
out of
2.
ammo.
Same thing in Just Cause 2 is that you don't you gotta unlock.
Unlock what?
Jesus Christ!
You get to the point where you start unlocking the ability to kind of get new stuff dropped in.
'Cause I feel like-
and you get more ammo capacity and
Okay.
stuff and level all that up, and it becomes less of an issue.
So I feel like
the more you
because
play.
I haven't had ammo, I've been really relying on my tethers. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for earlier.
Tethers, and you also have the infinite C4.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah,
You
that-
get infinite C4?
But you can't throw it. It's you hit the down on the D,
I didn't fucking know
hit
that.
down on the D-pad and then press the grenade button, or the other way around. And instead of throwing a grenade, you'll pull up your C4, and anything you can attach to or walk up to, you could just put C4 on it, and you could put up to 4 of them, and then you just walk away and detonate them.
I didn't
You
fucking
have
know
an
that.
infinite amount of those.
Okay, cool. Well, no, so yeah, I've been using.
You might have to do a few story missions to get that.
Okay, maybe that's why then. Or I just haven't done it yet. So that's another big complaint was I was just super confused at the beginning of the game, and like a horrible tutorial in my opinion. But anyway, I've just been having fun with the tethers because I have 4 tethers now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'll just go into a base.
You have the retractable ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you just attach something, like you attach a tether to something, and then you attach it to something else to the ground, then you retract it, and it pulls things over and stuff like that. And so I just
Can
been
you
having
pull
a
like chunks out of like walls and shit too?
it's not exactly like Red Faction.
You can pull stuff down,
like
but
in
it's got
Red
the red.
Faction Armageddon, you had the magnetic gun.
Yeah.
which
Not
I
like that.
fucking loved.
That was
and if
great.
it was like this, that'd be fucking insane.
Yeah.
But no, usually it will just pull things across. And so things in this game do break. Like there are things will explode and fall apart, and buildings are kind of breakable to an extent. But it's not exactly the same as it was in Red Faction.
Yeah. But there's still a lot of stuff. It's just they do explosions really well,
Yeah.
like really well. There's just certain basic things that feel so nice in this game. Like the shooting and the driving, all that's a little iffy. But stuff like explosions, wingsuiting around, it feels so nice that it's just kind of compulsive. I mean, you just want to. I mean, when I was playing this game, I had planned to stop playing it after a certain point, and I just kept going and going because it has that kind of satisfying game feel. And what is he saying?
He says
Chris-
his record for continuous wingsuit in Just Cause
That's the
3 is
thing!
21 minutes.
That's the thing. You go like way high up in the air with like a
like a jet or something?
with,
or a
with like a
helicopter?
helicopter or jet, and you don't fly anywhere. You just get up as high as you can and wingsuit there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can use your grappling hook and like to keep propelling yourself through the air while you're wingsuiting. And if you get the timing down right of like grappling and then disconnecting the grapple at the right time, you can just kind of keep wingsuiting. And it really does feel like a skill that you feel yourself getting better at, and that you know that you'll get like a lot better. And that's really cool. I definitely want to play more. When I first started playing, and I was like, this is just more Just Cause, but when I kind of got into it and I started wingsuiting better, it's just really fun basically. The story missions are all kind of stupid like they were in the last game, but
it's just one of those games where it's fun to run around the world. It's kind of almost GTA-esque, where it's fun to run around the world and do crazy shit and blow shit up. And I do like the fact that you're fucking bullet sponge in this game, and you can take a lot of damage. Another frustrating point is it seems like some enemies are kind of bullet sponges. Like I'll shoot an enemy more times than I think I need to kill them.
Yeah, but see that's the thing. Early on in the game,
they want you to rely more on blowing them up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Or slingshotting them and stuff.
Yeah, like I was doing a thing where I was like attaching a line to a dude and then attaching it to like a bridge above him and then retracting it and then releasing it, so it just pulls him right up to it and I release and he just goes like flying and stuff like that. It's pretty fun.
Later
onto a person?
Yeah, can you
I don't know. I
stick
haven't
C4
tried
on a
that.
person?
like later on, you get an upgrade to like your C4, which turns them into like rocket boosters.
Oh, nice.
So you can
I
like
think I've
tether
seen
something
that.
to something else, attach a rocket booster, and just have it like spin around and like disconnect the tether and have it go flying. It's just a lot of fun, goofy stuff in this game, and it's not taking itself
What
very
in the
seriously.
world is happening in this
Well,
clip?
it's
I feel like he's constantly kind of winking at the camera.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Oh, it's kind of like in the one highlight of mine that went up that I failed at. But like instead of driving a scooter to the destination, I tethered it to a helicopter and I flew it to the destination and like dropped it off and stuff like that. Yeah, like the tether and the wingsuit and obviously the parachute are just
So,
fucking,
And just those just cause physics that are just so silly. Like the way cars explode when you kind of just barely bump into them and they hit a wall.
Yeah, if you drive a car off a 2-foot cliff and jump out the door, it'll still
action
explode.
Explosion, yeah.
It does the automatic.
Yeah, it just explodes because you've jumped out as if it was falling.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, it's just good fucking old fashioned fun. Good old, not American, South American.
I don't think that's how physics work.
It's Just Cause 2 with the wingsuit, and it's kind of a game changer in terms of fun. You just have to get good at it. It's really funny face planting in that thing, though, or like hitting the side of a building.
Yeah.
So I
It's a
feel
good
like
sound effect there.
so it looks like fun.
Yeah, it's real fun.
I feel like I was expecting. How do I put this? I feel like our reactions to it are dulled a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was expecting this to be like a game changer for 2015. Like we've been looking forward to it for so long, but like it
Everything
just
I
kind of
saw from this looked like more Just Cause 2 from the start, though. That's the reality.
I think that's the thing is there's not a giant. I mean, the wingsuit is a game changer in the sense, but there's not that giant leap between 2 and this that makes it so fun. It's the same thing almost to an extent with Fallout 3 and 4.
yeah.
There's not some giant fucking leap that makes them insanely different.
Yeah.
it is much improved.
Small like quality of life changes.
Yeah.
So
it looks a little
so
crisper.
what about that? What about their claim that this is like the biggest gaming open world ever created or
No,
something like that?
no, that was Xenoblade, not just this
Xenoblade.
game.
Xenoblade.
This
Really?
game is roughly the same size as the last game.
But the
more or
last
less.
game was fucking huge.
Yeah,
No,
it's
this game
fucking
is big.
gigantic.
There's nothing small about the
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
big.
No, this world is bigger than like Fallout or
And that
or
skybox
Witcher.
is just as high.
Yeah,
It's a pretty fucking big skybox.
Sweet.
And the fact that there's
The-
no loading
the
at all
bigger
anywhere,
aircrafts
which
you
is
get.
lovely.
yeah. The bigger, well, there is loading
There's
when you
loading
die. Real
when you
long
die,
loading.
Yeah, and when you die,
Oh,
the
God.
load times are pretty fucking long.
Yeah.
So don't die.
Yeah, that's
don't
pretty
die.
much it. Just
Get
don't
good.
die.
But see, that kind of ups the stakes to the point where, you're just kind of ziplining and wingsuiting out of there at the last second, and it kind of makes it real satisfying, especially when you flub an explosion or something, and like shit's about to go real bad, real close to
then you
you,
just get the fuck
and you're
out.
like, I got to get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here now,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of like chain reactions and stuff to the explosions. Where like I blew up this one thing and it rolled towards me and I'm like, I'm fine, and then the whole building I was on started to crumble and I'm like, I got to get out of here. It's fun. I'll definitely be playing more of this. This is a great game to just kind of like
Is this the
like
palate,
it's a good palate cleanser.
Is this the palate cleanser of 2015?
Yeah. Good
Or at
palate
least of this crunch time
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
have so many games you have to play and you just don't play any of them and you so
Oh
play
my
Just Cause
God.
3.
Good fuck around game.
Yeah.
There's so many games.
Speaking of I talked about it a little bit, but Fallout 4, I don't have any. I don't want to talk about it a whole lot, but I've been playing it more. obviously.
two
My in-game
weeks.
clock says 9 days. I really don't think I've played for 9 days.
I don't trust that thing at all.
I think
9 days? There's no way you
I
played
know,
9
I know.
days.
That's why I think Chai brought up a point of like maybe it has something to do with like when you put your console in rest mode. Like maybe it still counts that
I think that's a
time.
possibility.
So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I definitely at this point know I have not played for 9 days. So I don't know exactly how long I've played. A lot. Like a lot.
I still have not played more than
I
5
should
hours.
Yeah.
But I kind of made a decision this past weekend where I was like, you know what, enough with like the fucking around, and I started just doing like I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna fucking main quest it. And there was a couple of times where I did get sidetracked and I had some main quest stuff.
I finally met that Nick dude.
Huh? Oh, you finally met Nick?
No, I'm asking if you did.
Oh no, I met him a long fucking time
I
ago.
know. Well, I'm
Okay.
commenting on how you
Okay.
fuck around a lot.
Yeah, no, I do. I think there's still one companion I have never even met. Did y'all? I lost Deacon. Did y'all hear about that? I was devastated.
I have no idea who Deacon is.
I considered
Yeah.
he's probably one of my top characters of this year.
Is he a companion?
Yes.
What is he?
He's Deacon.
Is he like a super mutant or something?
No, he's a human.
He is Deacon.
The thing about Deacon, you might have met him. He's like in the game before you meet him. Like his thing is he loves to wear disguises.
What?
And so
What?
yes.
No, don't tell me anymore.
Oh my god, he's so great. And so
oh man,
no,
no one has a man crush this year.
dude, you can't romance him. I'm so fucking mad that you can't romance him. But yeah, so I was playing and I had met a new companion. And so when you meet a new companion, you already have one. You tell your other companion, you know, go home.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, and so I told Deacon go home. I traveled with this new companion for a while, and I was casting. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this new guy. I want Deacon back. My favorite fucking character.
And you realize that new guy was Deacon.
No, that would be cool. No, the new guy was a super mutant, so not Deacon. And so I'm like, okay, let me go back to Sanctuary because that's kind of where I have everybody. I go there and I'm like, I can't find. Oh, bell, ding, 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 and like Deacon's not there. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm like, they're like, oh, well, retrace your steps and you look. So I went and looked where I recruited him. Wasn't there. I looked where I went in the first mission. Wasn't there. So I'm fucking like, I'm freaking out. And I considered reloading a save, which was like 4 hours previous to where I knew I had him. And I was this close to reloading that save. But then I was like, you know what? Wait. When did I get this new companion? I was like, I got him in a sequence when I was in a tower. And to leave the tower, I was taking these scaffoldings down. So I'd get on a scaffolding, go down, get on another scaffolding, go down. I'm like, you know what? Maybe he got stuck in between the scaffoldings, and he did. Like, he was stuck there, and I found him. I was so fucking relieved.
Wait, I thought the story was about you
4 hours to
losing.
find him.
No, I did lose him. And I
But you
found
got him back.
I got him back, and I was so goddamn happy. Because I was going to reload a save that was 4 hours
How did you get him
previous.
unstuck?
That's
though?
love, Nolan.
It is. No, I went up because he was distracted by enemies. He was fighting them instead of going home. Or because he couldn't, I guess he couldn't use. I don't know why the game didn't just teleport him. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I killed the enemies he was distracted by, and then was like, "Hey!" And whenever you talk to a companion and they're not traveling with you, they'll be like, "Oh, do you want me to travel with you?"
Yeah.
And like, yes. One of the best fucking things about Deacon and his disguises is he will change his outfits while he's with you. So you'll be traveling and you turn around, he's wearing something else.
Do you have to provide the
No,
outfits?
he just fucking changes outfits.
All right, no, don't tell me any more about Deacon.
I fucking love him so goddamn much. And I was so happy that I found him and we're traveling together. He you know, like kind of Dragon Age like lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because anytime you're traveling with a companion, they'll make comments in certain situations, like story related situations. And he has the best goddamn
Does he care if I steal
commentary.
shit?
No! That is one of the reasons I fucking
Does he
love
care
him.
if I do nice things?
He likes it.
Okay.
He also likes when you do bad. I think the only thing he dislikes is when you take drugs.
Okay.
Which I don't do
well,
super
fuck
often.
That guy.
But yeah,
What a
he's
judgment.
Psycho Jet all day.
right? He actually likes when you steal things. That's one of the things he likes.
This character sounds.
He's fucking, and he was one of the ones I think I might have brought up on the show earlier. But like I met like a ghoul, and I was like, you know what, you're a cool ghoul. You know, head back to Sanctuary. And he was like, oh great, you can get a pet, but when I want a pet Deathclaw, it's like no. He's a fucking fantastic character. I recommend.
He's a ghoul?
No, he's a human. I said we met a ghoul.
Oh.
And anyway, his fucking color commentary is the best.
All right, well, I'm gonna be looking for Deacon if I ever make it back to that game.
Fucking do it.
God.
And so yeah, I started beelining through the story, and within like a few hours, I had just bam, 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 gone through a bunch of main story quests.
Is it good?
It's pretty good. So the thing is, I got to the point where it's like it's a Fallout game, so it's like, hey, if you do this quest, the game changes. You know, it's like you're fucked with this faction if you do this quest. And so I made a hard save there, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it, and if I might end up reloading and going back, because I'm no longer, like, scavenging buildings. I have 500 stim packs. I don't need stim packs.
500?
In the world.
I have 514 stim packs.
Why? How?
Get good, Brad.
I mean, I've only played like probably 15 hours of this
I
game.
mean, I've definitely played a lot more than 15 hours.
Or
To
20.
say I'm in, like, the 100-hour range or more is not unfounded. Maybe I might be like 120, maybe more than that. And so, I mean, I'm still playing on survival. I've been considering bumping it down just kind of to make it easier so I can get through it faster.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've gotten some really fucking good weapons, some random drops and loots. I have a couple of guns with unlimited ammo. I have some.
The fact that you have 500 stim packs makes me really think that like the balance of this game is off.
I mean, so I do think it's off slightly, but I also, once again, it's one of the situations where I search everything. Any
it's so
fucking nook and
tedious,
cran.
though?
It is, which is why I've stopped, and I no longer search anything, and I'm just, if there's a fucking little marker on the screen that says go here, I go
Cider
there.
says that he had 500 plus stim packs after 60 hours, so
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like
it
it's
just depends on
uncommon.
how you play.
You know, I was actually thinking about this today, not in terms of just like stim packs, but in terms of like economy and just like difficulty balance.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last game that you think you played? I guess an RPG that had a nice balanced economy and like difficulty curve all the way through, where like it never became too
there's not
easy.
too many games
Like,
that-
like a game where you never had like too much money. There was always something you wanted, but there was always something you wanted. Like there was always something to spend your money on. Like from beginning to end, just an absolutely balanced game in terms of economy and like skills that you always wanted.
I think
game that stayed difficult.
I feel like Red Dead had a pretty good comment. I'm trying to.
Red Dead, you didn't really buy a whole
Yeah, you
lot.
didn't really buy a whole lot. That's why I said RPG.
Like, so I mean, I was trying to think, and I'm like, you know, an Assassin's Creed game, and I'm like, you usually know by the time I get to the end of those games, I usually have a lot of money.
They're saying Evil Within.
Even within, that's a good point. There was always like a skill or an upgrade that you really wanted.
That's true. You never. I mean, and to that regard, in Fallout, there's always a skill I want now. Even though I'm level 59, there's still like I'm like every time I level up, I have a tough choice.
Skill, sure, but
picking out what skill.
But you're saying that like 500 stim packs. I mean, the difficulty.
So the thing also, Brad, I also play stealthy though, and so I don't often. I play stealthy, and I've gone a lot down the luck tree. And when you get farther down the luck tree, you get stuff like every time I shoot someone, I have a 30% chance to refill my action meter, and every time I use a critical hit, I have a chance I get another critical hit.
The luck tree is such
And
bullshit.
I can bank critical hits. I can have 4 critical hits banked at any point in
Crispy's
time.
big on luck.
How long can you bank those for?
Forever until you use them.
That's
So I just
insane.
have 4 crits banked, and usually by the time I use them all, the skill that gives me more critical hits pops back in. And so because I
The skill tree, I mean, the luck is by far the best tree.
No,
isn't
no,
it?
definitely. And I have a skill that if an enemy shoots at me, there's a chance that their bullet will ricochet back and kill them. And so I
30%?
No, I don't know what the percentage is. It doesn't tell me. But the thing is, like, idiot.
30% would be ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that would be.
I think what you meant to say would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's like think about somebody like shooting an automatic weapon.
Yeah.
1 out of every 3 of those bullets is gonna ricochet back at them.
Fuck yeah.
Like that's so stupid.
But I mean, all that being
Stupid
said,
awesome.
you know, I have 500 stim packs, so I don't. The thing is, 500 stim packs doesn't matter to me
What if you just
because I'm on
pumped,
survival.
What if what if you just pumped every, like, I forget how they work. What if you just pumped every time, like every time you leveled up, whatever? What if you just pumped everything into luck? Nothing else. You never touch anything else. You just level the shit out of luck.
you couldn't really upgrade anything.
So, yeah,
you couldn't really craft anything.
And so,
But you would just luck out everywhere you go with
you would
everything.
just be
To an extent.
stupid lucky.
yeah, to an extent.
I feel like that'd be a really fun way
I
to
still
play that
think you
game.
need to
You would like trip and fall and like accidentally cut someone's head off and be like, I win.
But that's the idea.
Yeah, that's it. I still think you would need to put something into either
I want to see how far that rabbit hole goes.
into either small guns or large guns, because you really need to kind of at least pick one of them to put some points into. And
No, fuck your points. They're going. It's all going
You'd
into
open
luck.
a box of sugar bombs and find a Fat Man like nuke launcher in it. Like, oh.
I have like 6 Fat Mans. Dude, like I don't pick up Fat Mans anymore. They're worthless to me. I pick up globes and desk fans, because desk fans have screws and you need screws. So I always pick up desk fans.
Why are screws so
What?
hard to find?
I don't need nukes. I need screws.
Did anybody else see that GIF of I think it was what's one of the first companions you meet? What's her Piper?
Piper, yeah.
And she's like talking, like the character's talking to the Piper or whatever, and she's saying something about, you know, why she says something like, why can't we ever have nice things or something like that, and then in the background this super mutant comes running with like carrying the bomb, and he just runs up next to her and just like slams it down to the ground like a football.
Yeah.
She explodes.
Yeah, that's
It's
a good
amazing. It's amazing.
There's Brad, you know your undergarments, not your armor.
Oh, yeah, all that's so confusing. But
Yeah,
yes.
right. You're like long johns, or you're like
Yeah.
Vault 111. Like, so you can't upgrade those, but eventually you can. Like, if you do a certain quest, and the game doesn't tell you if you do this quest, you get it. But there's a quest you eventually get to get, like the DIA cache. Do that quest, because I have like a military undergarment, and its base like armor defense is like 10, but once you get that to level 5, its base defense is like 110.
DIA cache?
Yeah, DIA cache. Half of my armor comes from that one piece of clothing I'm wearing.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's really a really good way to go. But yeah,
I thought you could upgrade the
not by default.
outfit.
Yeah,
Glad we revisited Fallout,
I'm still gonna keep playing.
but we should move on.
Yeah.
There's a game that I know Brad and Crispy, I think you played a little bit of it too,
I was
Nolan.
playing it before the
That's
show.
right, you were. It came out. It's like
I guess, I mean, I
let's
played
talk
kind of a healthy amount of it.
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Xenoblade Chronicles X. I probably, my game clock says 12 hours.
I
How much you play?
don't
Crispy?
think I'm at 12. I'm like, the last story mission I picked up was chapter 3.
Okay, I'm
I
done
think
with
that sounds
3.
right. Yeah.
I started
I've gotten
4.
I've gotten through what I assume is like the intro prologue, like
There's still more to
tutorial.
learn.
shit.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a shit ton of mechanics.
God.
and
It's-
systems.
this
That's
game
the
is
thing.
dense.
Yeah, the game is so goddamn dense.
Dense.
There's so much. Like, even just looking at the screen, like, this screen's really, there's nothing going on yet. But once you get into combat,
Yeah.
and your fucking combat, what is that bar called? There's
The arts.
The
Your arts. Like your skill bar.
Yeah, the skill
Yeah.
bar. Once that pops up, like, there is so much fucking going on the screen.
But is that stuff that's making it dense, like addicting, or in?
Okay, so it's funny you say that, you ask that, because I do feel like I'm a lot more addicted to this game than I was in the first Xenoblade.
Because I played
Because-
Xenoblade Chronicles for like 2 hours and was like, I think I'm not. I don't think I can.
Well,
I don't.
2
I don't
hours,
see
I
myself
mean-
playing that game.
That was
You
like a
didn't even finish
100-hour
the intro.
game.
I know. It didn't grab me. Like usually RPGs can grab me fairly quickly, and it didn't. So
Well, so I will say that some of the systems in this game, specifically surrounding your skills and your classes, they actually are classes this time. All that stuff was really kind of iffy in Xenoblade, the first one. Like, they had these weird little passive trees, and you didn't have much control over them. Now, you pick a class. There are weapons tied to that class. There are skills tied to certain weapons. You can in these class trees, they branch. You can go down one path versus another, and you know, if that class still uses a weapon that the previous class in that tree used, you can bring those skills over, or those arts over, and so I feel like all that stuff is organized a little bit better. Same thing with loot. I feel like it's a lot clear, like how a certain weapon or item is helping you.
Yeah,
and
and once again, but that also still comes down to there's so much shit. Like when you're choosing your new weapon or outfit or whatever, there's so many fucking numbers. But I mean, they all have an explanation, and it's very good about telling you
that's one
whether
thing.
this is a positive or negative change towards.
I
that
hope so,
stat.
because I'll be honest, like I like RPGs, but I do not like numbers.
So
and menus
so
and
Nick, I
shit.
think the thing with this game is there's a lot of numbers, but you don't always need to know about them. It's
Yeah,
just,
I am not a stat fanatic.
And-
Like, I
and
do not like spending hours.
Well, no,
in
it's
menus
very
and shit.
obvious of if is this weapon or armor good or bad. It's very obvious as where if it's good or bad, you can really very quickly like the number that says like say for like a ranged weapon, the number that says how much damage it does is like the biggest fucking number on the screen.
Yeah.
It's like because I'm still pretty new in the game, and so I have a weapon that did 6 damage, and I found one that did like 8 or something like that, and it's very big. Like this is the difference. You can tell. Oh yes, I want to switch to this new weapon.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's also there's all these mechanics that you need to know, but you don't always need to care about.
Yeah.
You know,
At least not yet.
Yeah, well, at least yet for one thing.
Like
And
the soul voices stuff, you don't necessarily need to care about. And the thing is, it's super confusing at first, and I feel like the game does not
The
do a
game
good
doesn't
job
explain it very
of
well.
explaining this stuff very well. I mean, maybe it will later in like missions or something,
Mm-hmm.
but at first it's very confusing. And I spent a lot of time yesterday or the day before just sitting down trying to figure all this stuff out. And there's a lot of stuff I still have not figured
Brad
out.
did that while I just looked up a YouTube video explaining
I
everything.
probably should have done
There's so
that.
much
Dude,
HUD
I've
though.
just been fucking playing.
Really?
And
I
not
looked up.
knowing-
You can turn some
I got a
of
little
this stuff
confused, so I looked up a YouTube video and it was like, do this, that, and I'm like, oh, this makes so much more sense. I was like, okay, let's go.
So, like, I
is
still
weird.
don't understand how like the online shit works. Or,
Oh, I
like-
don't. I turned off all the notifications
one-
for that.
one
I don't know
time-
how any of it works.
One time, like, I got logged because my internet connection isn't so great on Wi-Fi in my room, so I got like logged out, and it took me 20 minutes to figure out how to actually get logged back in to the online servers,
Really?
and it turns out it's just restart the game. Like,
I'm
there's no
not
option
even
for
worried
it.
Can you
about
play
the
without the
online
online? Okay,
Yeah.
is there any?
No,
benefit?
yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
can,
don't need
but
to
there's,
use the
online
but
stuff.
there's like a Dragon's Dogma kind of like
Yeah.
pawn
32
system.
people person like
Where
like
you can
battles.
you can either like recruit other people's characters to help you as NPCs, or you can do like co-op missions with other people online. Like it's weird, and the game like is
Wait,
just
we can do co-op
glossing-
missions together?
That's what it said. I don't know. Like the game is just
The
glossing
game
over
claims
shit.
you can.
Yeah,
Let's do some
It
co-op
just
missions.
mentions stuff and is like, okay, next thing on the list. Like it is just glossing over things left and right, and I don't really get what's going on. I'm just kind of walking around New Los Angeles listening to that.
The
fucking,
thing is,
like,
the music
the
in this
name of
game
the
is
city
like-
on the alien planet is New Los Angeles.
Yep.
Yes,
There's an
that is
explanation
true.
for that.
And it is a replica of old Los Angeles on a spaceship. The spaceship crashed, and like the part of the ship that was the
Yeah.
city just kind of like settled down on the coast, and they're like, oh, okay, we're a city now.
Are you familiar with Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah.
Not really.
He's
No.
not.
Oh,
But yes,
aliens or alien robots blew up Earth. You're the last surviving humans
Vestiges
that
of
survived the
humanity.
attack, and you've been on the run from them, and you've crash landed on this planet where you are trying to just live and survive now.
And so now this is your home.
And you're actually trying to find all like the life pods of where all the people were stored that were on that ship because you kind of lost them. So
They're like in stasis.
They're all it's all
yeah.
scattered all over the
And
planet.
so you're trying to
like-
find the people who.
So is the story interesting?
well, I think
Dude,
the
I
premise
feel
is
like it hasn't
interesting.
even started.
But
yet.
yeah,
like,
I mean,
I don't know what like the goal is. I don't know who the bad guy is. All I've been doing
Yeah.
so far is like killing indigenous life on the planet,
Yeah.
and then
Kill
like
things.
and then they sent me out on a mission. They're like, oh, these dudes didn't report in. Go find them. And then there was aliens,
yeah.
and even your characters are like,
What?
who the fuck are you?
But see, that's part of the story. Is you're trying to explore. I mean, this is like a frontier. I mean, you're trying to explore this land, figure out.
You're almost to an extent almost like mapping out the land.
You're
as well,
mapping out the
yeah.
land.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out, discover life forms, and like the world is enormous.
Yeah.
And like the only see that way off in the distant horizon. That's another continent that you can literally walk to. It's
So it's completely seamless.
completely seamless. Multiple continents, giant fucking world, bigger than the other. Yeah,
On the fucking Wii U of all places.
I know.
I mean, it doesn't.
It's
like,
crazy.
It looks good for a Wii U game, but like it's kind of rough.
Considering the scale, I think it looks
Especially,
kinda
I know,
remarkable.
I'm very impressed with what they were capable of doing with the Wii U.
Right.
There like I'm about to stumble into an area. I think I'm gonna eat shit. I'm gonna attack something.
You mean
that's
in the footage?
higher
Happen in
level
this
than me.
game.
You mean in the footage
Have
we're
you-
watching?
Because there are high level, even aggro monsters all over the world, and you really got to be careful.
Have you gotten to the point where you've selected a class?
Yeah, I'm multiple. I mean, I've upgraded that classes like multiple times too.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going down like so. One of the things I don't like about this game is I'm not really a huge fan of that Xenoblade Chronicles combat, and this is more or less the same type of combat. Very similar in a lot of ways. I hate how you have to cycle through your skills with the D-pad, especially when they're placing an emphasis on like positioning and stuff. Like this attack does more damage from the side or the back, but moving your character with the left analog stick and trying to cycle to that skill with the D-pad is just it's a pain in the ass. And I fucking hate that. And they still have carried that over from the last game. Another thing I like is how these hitboxes, like it doesn't matter how like an attack doesn't have to look like it hit the enemy to hit the enemy. Same with enemy attacks that are attacking you. You'll see giant damage numbers appear over your head because an enemy attacked you, even though you were kind of moving away from it and it was nowhere near to where you actually were. It's just very MMO in that sense. And because that frustrates me so much, I've decided not to do melee weapons and to focus mostly on range. So I got this giant beam cannon.
It's a situation where the attack was cast, the dice was rolled, the hit was yes, and it doesn't matter where you are, you got hit, period.
Exactly.
And so you don't always get the feedback of seeing the enemy's fireball come and hit you or seeing them slash you and hit you. You just see them do something and all of a sudden numbers appear above your head. Yeah.
I'm about to run into this area. Like I'm just exploring in an area I'm really not supposed to be in. And like I go into this huge caved area and it's all completely seamless and beautiful. And I can't stress enough just like the sense of scale you get and discovery from exploring this world is kind of remarkable.
I want to say something on that point, though. I know I'm really early in this game, and this might not be representative of the rest of the game, but this whole sense of scale that everyone keeps talking about seems to be like kind of artificial to me, in that when you're running around, there are some monsters walking around that are like 20, 30 feet tall, and then there's like little bugs, there's things flying around. There are creatures of all sorts of different sizes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean anything gameplay-wise, because that giant brontosaurus-shaped creature that's walking around on the horizon could be a level 4, and it's the exact same level as this little bug that I just shot and killed. So, I mean, fighting those things...
Well, there's no brontosaurus that is low level.
In the early game areas, there are. There most certainly are.
Wait.
But you can fight
I'm talking about big monsters that are like level 3 and level 4.
Big monsters, but not like the big
I
monsters.
haven't seen the big monsters yet.
Okay,
is the
fine,
thing.
but these things are still really big.
They're real tall. Like
There's a huge disparity in size between two monsters that are essentially the same level and do the same.
You're right.
kind of
And one
damage.
of the things you're right in some sense.
what that means is that there is. It's not like what I'm being taught as a player right now is that size doesn't necessarily matter.
Correct.
Because if I see a big monster, it doesn't mean, oh my god, don't fight that thing unless I have a fucking mech to take it down. Like, check its level first, because it could be something that me and my two other dudes on foot could take down very easily. And in fact, there was a scripted boss battle that we had to do that was a giant monster, and they're like, oh, this is a really tough one, you guys are probably gonna die, and it
You're
wasn't
talking about
anything.
the first one you do, the first what are they called? Not Titans.
Tyrants, yeah.
Tyrants.
The first
Tyrant. Yeah, is kind of like...
I know it's a scripted encounter, and like I get that, but like
It kinda
they're
kills the
not-
effect sometimes.
They're not putting an actual emphasis on that scale. That's not an indicator of anything really. To
It's
me.
like they didn't commit to it
It looks
fully.
really cool, but it's not like a system. You know what I mean?
From what
Yeah.
what there are, so I will agree that like the enemies does seem kind of like arbitrary, where you might see one creature that's like a high level version of something you already fought that was low level, but from what I've seen, like when you get into scales. And you start flying around, there are giant, like, flying enemies that you can only fight in scales.
I mean, I've definitely seen things flying around like
scales
above
the-
me,
Scales are the
The mechs.
robots.
Skells. It's
Skeletons.
They actually call them
Scales.
dolls in the Japanese version.
Do they really?
I believe, yeah.
What Ed was saying as a point is the tyrants aren't necessarily big and scary. It's just they have more abilities than regular mobs.
No, and I
do.
get that, but not every large monster is a tyrant. Not
Correct.
every tyrant is a large monster either.
Correct.
So what I'm saying is that like sense of scale that everyone's talking about seems to be more of a selling point than an actual game mechanic to me right now where I'm at.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe just
it
because
is
you're
still,
in
it's
an
not-
early area still. So.
I mean, it's possible, and I guess later on you'll get to a point where if you see a big monster, that means that it
It
is
just
more
seems.
dangerous.
I mean, to me, it just comes. It strikes me
It's
as.
very MMO.
It strikes me a little bit as maybe they didn't fully commit to the idea of creating.
I'm not. Yeah,
Disparity
it's
with
not
scale.
it's
like
just very MMO. I mean, there are in very broad swaths. If you see something that's really giant, there is no way you're ready to take
Sure,
it on.
probably.
I mean, there were like those big kind of like the things early on with big
What-
legs.
yeah, I don't know what
But
those are,
those
yeah.
might have. They're also those things weren't aggressive either. I mean,
No, they weren't.
they're like these little docile, like maybe plant eaters or something. You know what I mean?
And again, I get like I'm only a few hours into
Yeah.
this game and this game is massive. I get that it's probably going to be different later on, but right now the game isn't doing anything to introduce that sort of like training to the player, you know?
You are partially right, though. I think it gets frustrated. I get a little frustrated when I get to an area that I'm probably not supposed to be in, and I'm seeing like enemies that are just like higher level versions of things I've already killed that I just can't.
Which is
kill.
very MMO.
That's
Yeah.
just
Very
that's
MMO.
just you bashing your numbers against their numbers and
Yeah.
it doesn't come out in your favor.
And because there's really no such thing as a hitbox in this game, you can't dodge attacks.
Yeah.
It makes fighting things that are like even a few are higher levels than you almost
Really,
seem
yeah.
impossible because you just can't mitigate
not
that
so
damage.
much like your skill base as it is your level base. Like you can't Dark Souls this where you go in
No.
and just fucking take your time and
Exactly.
work it
no,
out.
this is straight up
Or-
like MMO type shit.
Yeah.
So, but how? Okay, so oh man,
Not like Monster Hunter,
So-
where you can
Right.
not get hit and survive.
how's the like? So I already know the world itself. Like the environments are huge, but like, how is the world? It's like the identity of the world. Like, are there lots of like recognizable, memorable like cities or landmarks or
right
or,
now where we're all at, there's like one city.
and that's New LA.
And it's
Yeah.
all, and the rest of it is this like kind of wild alien planet. Now the different
I think there's
continents
some-
have like different.
Have you
Like,
been to any of them?
I haven't yet, but I've been reading about them.
Oh my god! I stepped into like this. I stepped into two different continents. One, I was like, I'm not ready to be here yet. And then the other one that I stepped into is like this really dense, like forest, like the kind
Like
of
a
forest,
canopy?
like Dagobah. I mean, it's
Oh,
and
wow.
it's fucking beautiful. I can't wait to go in
That's
there,
cool.
but it's intimidating because even like Primordia, it's gigantic. But like, as far as if you're asking like me, is it like kind of like samey or whatnot? Like absolutely not. I feel like there's a lot of really distinct just world
There's just different ecosystems on each of the
ecosystems
continents, so.
in
like one of the reasons I
there's, like-
love the world in The Witcher 3 is because there are very distinct, memorable locations
And
that
even-
I associate certain events in that game with.
I'll say this. I
Yeah,
think this is
for
more
sure.
fun to explore
I
than
think-
Witcher 3's world, which looked beautiful, but I don't feel like there was actually a lot to find out there that wasn't tied to side quests anyways.
Yeah.
So like I never felt driven to explore, but like I'll see something that seems really cool looking and I'll explore just because
Looks
I
cool.
want to see where this goes.
Even though maybe
It-
you're not supposed to be there.
Unfortunately,
You still
I'll
wanna, like-
often run into like enemies that are just too high level, and I'll just eat shit. Even though you could do a pretty good job of kind of
You're-
sneaking around aggressive enemies because it's sort of like line of sight. Like if you can sneak sneak around them by being out of their vision. But,
You know what this world reminds me of?
What?
That one chapter in Final Fantasy 13.
Chapter 11.
It's like that,
You're
but
thinking
over-
of chapter
11, yes.
That's exactly what you're
It's-
thinking of.
this- I think they did a really good job on designing the flora and like fauna of this world. It does feel like an alien planet, which is exactly what.
You just want to
They're
run
going
around
like,
the world all day.
See those structures up in the sky?
Yeah.
Like when you get scales, or if you can even find a way to navigate up there, because you actually have a big kind of jump, and,
your
you
jump's
can
pretty
you
big.
can find rocks and stuff that will let you get up to areas that you're probably not supposed to be, or you think you're not supposed to be, but the game doesn't stop you. But when you get into scales, especially ones that can fly, you can like there's stuff up there.
There's scales that
And
turn
that's
into
fucking
cars.
Yeah, they
There's
turn
stuff
into
that's
cars, they
awesome.
turn into planes, they turn into.
So it's like
fucking-
Transformers.
Kind of, but not dumb.
Yeah. I would say it's more.
Let's
it's,
go back to that
It's
conversation.
more like what's a good word?
Way to do a throwback there, Chris.
But it's
know,
not
like-
like it's not like it just turns into a car. It's like it turns into a wheeled vehicle that is
So
obviously a robot. It's not like it's turning into
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking Corvette or something.
Essentially, it's a robot on wheels.
Yeah.
So is this like a killer app for the Wii U?
Well, I think absolutely. I mean,
mean,
if you have a Wii U, I mean,
For a system that doesn't have very many killer apps, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
if you like the idea
Like killer
of
apps.
exploring a really giant, beautiful
On a
world
fucking phone.
2001.
with some like pretty addictive like RPG systems, I mean, let's put it this way: if you like an MMO outside of just like the
You lost
social-
me when you asked me that.
But without the online stuff.
I'm saying like if like Final Fantasy 11 or WoW, like there is that world or some of the gameplay elements like is compelling to you outside of just the social aspects, I can see like this kind of game. You really liking this kind of game,
If you
or if
like-
you just like cool futuristic alien worlds and you want to explore them, I think you could really like this kind of game.
If you like Alan Wake or if you like Singularity,
You are the
Or if
fucking
you-
worst, Nolan. You're the fucking
I
worst.
will say this: it's probably my one big downside that I have to this game, and it's that if you've played Xenoblade Chronicles and you're going into Xenoblade Chronicles X expecting more of that, it's really not that game. This is a very different game. Xenoblade Chronicles is much more story heavy and it's very linear. Like that game had like big, huge open environments and you could do side quests and stuff in them. But like there was a very strong like central story that pulled you through that world. These are like 5 continents or 6 continents or whatever, and like the point of your job there is to kind of like explore them, and it's very open-ended the way you do it. Like right now I have like 20 quests and some of them are just gathering materials, some of them are hunting like tyrants.
Got 2 questions.
Very open-ended.
2 questions.
Yeah.
One, you started to say something about the music earlier and you were cut off. What were you going to say?
Okay,
It's
so
weird.
the music starts off really strange.
yeah,
But, like-
the tone doesn't exactly match.
It's good. It grows on you, and I started to find new areas, and like the music is fucking good in that shit
It's
too.
almost like Persona-esque.
Yeah,
Like think of like Persona, how it's that kind of like hip, like
That
the
puppy.
battle themes have lyrics.
yeah, that is kind of weird.
What is it? Is this Blue Dragon? Like
Yes, kind of.
Yeah,
It's weird at first, but it grows on you. Especially like, and I was in Primordia, and I stumbled into an area that I don't know if I wasn't supposed to be there. It was just a hexagon on the map that I was just running around, and like the music changed, and shit was so good. Like every new track I'm discovering in this game, I really like, and
At
some
least
of
it'll
it
be
is really
memorable.
cheesy. But it's memorable.
as long as
and it's
the
growing
battle
on me.
music is not as god awful as Blue Dragon, because that was like
the main battle. There are
this is the
a variety of-
beginning. This
it's cheesy, but it's not like
was so
Dragon's
bad.
Dogma cheesy.
I like Dragon's Dogma.
It's got its own identity, and
Dude, I would leave that intro video going in the background.
The music-
sometimes.
second question for you, Brad.
yeah.
This is for you specifically because I know
Like-
you're very passionate about this topic.
See that flying thing? There's no such thing as a low level version of that, Crispy.
Obviously,
All right, Brad.
Oh.
I'm asking you this because you're very impassioned about this subject.
Yes.
What do you think of the character designs?
Okay. So I think the character models look kind of lame. But, and I think this is an improvement off of Xenoblade Chronicles, I think there's some really cool looking armor and
Armor and
equipment, and
outfits.
it's all like very cool looking armor and stuff. And one of the cool things about this game is you can have a set of fashion gear.
Yes, that's the thing I fucking love.
Where
Fashion gear.
Yes. Any piece of equipment that you pick up and that you have in your inventory, you can equip it on like your set of like fashion gear, which if you don't like the look of what your character is wearing in terms of stats, you can just switch over to your fashion gear. And if you found like a swimsuit, or if you just have more matching pieces of armor and you wanted to be running around wearing that, you can have that be what you're
So it
walking
just affects
around
your
in.
appearance, not the stats.
This is a really cool like system, and the only other game I've ever played that had this in it was DC Universe Online. Where
So
anytime you pick up a new piece of gear, it gives you the pattern for that gear, and you just decide, oh, it looks like this. You know, everything that I've ever unlocked for that.
So basically, it's making it so that you can run around the world.
it removes that dilemma that I always have.
Yeah,
in,
where you
in
want to look
RPGs
cool
where it's
versus
like,
you want to have the good stats.
and it
Exactly.
happens to me in Fallout all the time, where I'm like, oh, I will take 2 less strength or 2 less armor,
Yeah,
but I
just
wanna
because
look-
I really like the way this looks, or I really hate the way this looks.
Like
Yeah.
I had this outfit that looked kind of cool, but then one of my sleeves was like red and floofy, and I was
Yeah.
like, that looks ridiculous. So I went to fashion gear and I just equipped the matching sleeve on the other sleeve, and it looks cool.
Like no, like there's one where like
That's it.
the best
smart.
headgear I have right now looks like a fucking virtual boy. There's this
Yeah.
giant fucking thing on my forehead,
That's
and so
cool.
during cutscenes, like there's this like it comes out like a foot in front of my face, and it looks so fucking doofy.
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
one
No,
thing I
that
will
sounds
say,
awesome.
though, is all the gear that I've picked up so far, everything has looked cool.
Yeah.
Like nothing has been like, that's
Yeah,
really dumb.
yeah.
Except maybe like I got like a cotton
This
eye
is my
patch or
character
something.
right now, just wearing some outfit that I wore.
That's some Destiny shit right there.
Dude.
All right,
It's pretty sci-fi.
that's cool. Maybe so. This looks cool. I wish I could play it right now. It's not going to happen this year.
Probably
And it's not
not.
going to happen until I go back and finish The Witcher,
Oh, yeah.
at least. But I am interested to play it, so
One last thing.
this will
I
be a
wanna say.
summer game.
One last thing I want to say is that is that like I don't know if like the story itself, like overall story, is necessarily grabbing me, and in fact I don't even think it's that prominent once you really get into the nitty gritty and you're doing like side quests and stuff. But I will say that there are these you do these like affinity missions like with your characters, with like your team members, and I find my team members kind of growing on me. Like I feel like the voice acting and the writing in this game was actually pretty solid for a Japanese RPG, and
For a Japanese.
I disagree. But okay.
well, I mean, compared to
It's like, it's painful, but it's not as painful as a lot of JRPGs.
I mean, it's anime.
Yeah, I know.
It's anime, but I feel like it's well voice acted, and the more time you spend with these characters, they kind of grow on you. Like I met a little potato dude, and everybody wants to cook him, but everybody calls him a different vegetable,
Is he actually
and he's
a
like,
potato?
"I'm a sentient man. Don't eat me." It's really goofy,
But
but
you look them straight in the eye and you say, "Don't eat me."
I mean, that's kind of what it's like.
Okay, little tater.
See, that right there has maybe been what sold me on it. That sounds funny.
That is pretty good.
It's
a
goofy,
weird
but
game.
like I say, those
Okay,
characters will grow
not,
on you. They'll
it's
grow
not
on you.
terrible, but like it is really weird.
I had one more game I wanted to talk about.
Well, can we talk
Real
about
quick? It's like
That's what you said about Fallout.
Yeah.
it's about Tomb Raider
You always
or
say that.
Lara Croft Go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Did y'all finish that?
No.
Oh, I finished.
I
it.
stopped. playing
I
it.
did finish that one. I finished that puzzle I was stuck on last time,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I'm done for
I
now.
think I ended up tweeting it because I was on the.
It's
I finished the
tedious.
last one. I was at 2 a.m. in bed because I was on the last one. Oh my fucking god! Do you remember how the boss fight from the?
Yeah.
This one's even better.
Really?
It's like almost like I don't want to say Metroidvania, but you traverse different maps and end up going back to like a different area with like new stuff you didn't have
wow.
before. Like, oh my god, if they make another game with like those elements,
A Soul
holy
Reaver
shit.
game?
No, yeah.
Soul Reaver.
No, but it's like you enter the map and you can't go this one direction because you can't do it. And so there's 2 other directions you can go, and you go the other direction, and then maybe you'll get like a torch. So when you come back, you can get like, oh, dude, it's so fucking good.
Well, that's cool. I mean, honestly, the boss fight from the original Lara Croft Go is easily going to probably be one of my
Yeah,
favorite boss fights of
it's
the
really
year.
cool,
So I like honestly, what's keeping me going through this? Because I know it's one additional chapter of Lara Croft Go for this, so that you have multiple puzzles. But I've been kind of going through it, like enjoying the puzzle aspect of it, but thinking like there's gonna be a cool fucking boss fight at the end of this, and that's kind of what's been kept me going.
The puzzles are getting long and tedious, and it's one of
the thing is they're getting long and tedious, but when you first enter a room, oh that's short. Like it looks super like it looks like you could probably get through it in like 5 moves, but like no, not at all. It's
starting to remind me of the harder stuff from Hitman Go.
And
it's like real tedious. Yeah.
By the way, Hitman Go is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I'm wondering
if
if
you've never played it, then fucking.
Should I just wait for it on PS4? I mean, I don't.
I mean, if you haven't played it,
I haven't played it.
Then just wait. It might as well.
But why would that not be something you just want on your phone? I mean, it definitely doesn't need. To
I mean, I've been
on
playing it on my tablet. I mean, I don't know.
Or your tablet.
It's a good pooper game.
Yeah,
it is a great pooper game.
Yeah.
Speaking of pooper games, we're gonna take a quick break
and talk about a poopy game.
What? What?
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
God.
Hintofthings.com.
You're such a fucking downer. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back during the break. Brad and Nick will lead you through the bump spot.
Yes.
And we'll come back and I'll talk about Ori and the Blind Forest a little bit. Just a tad. You completely took the wind out of my sails, Brad. I completely forgot you talked about this game like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
But whatever, I'll give my thoughts on that, and we have a lot of news to cover, so I would say stick with us, because we have a lot more coming up.
Yeah.
Hello, Brad.
Hey, Nick.
Welcome to the Bump Spot.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
This is the Bump Spot.
Yay.
This is going to be a quick one. We have... let me go ahead and start off with the camping trip we recently took. We recently went camping together, as many of you know.
That was a fun trip.
It was a fun trip. And we actually shot about, what would you say?
Like 6 hours of footage or something.
6 hours of footage.
Crazy.
We are in the midst of combing through said footage and trying to narrow it down so we can get it into a more condensed, digestible, watchable video.
Yes.
Right? So we just want to let everybody know we have not forgotten about it. We're working on it. Chris Davis is hard at work, and pretty soon we will be releasing that into the wild. I also want to quickly mention that we are getting ever so close to having the new 4Player store open. We have 2 new t-shirt designs we're going to be launching with it.
Pretty cool designs.
Pretty cool designs, actually put together by one of a listener of ours who volunteered to help us out with it, and they look great. We have a Roach of Krondor shirt.
Yeah.
And we have a Scooter Brothers shirt.
Yeah.
And they're both really cool. If you're a patron, you may have also already seen these designs. I put them in the last newsletter that we sent out at the beginning of the month. Also, on the topic of Game of the Year stuff, it's the end of the year, Brad.
I know. It's crazy.
We're all in crunch mode.
I kind of wish it was June right now with all these games.
No shit. So we're all trying to finish all these games, but of course we have our own personal top 10 videos to work on. We've already submitted our quote unquote preliminary top 10
Doesn't
list.
mean shit.
Does not mean shit. We're going to be working on our personal top 10 videos, and we'll get those out to you in early January. But there are 2 very important videos that we always do.
Cool. What's that?
Community videos.
Oh, my favorite.
There is a community top 10 video where basically we have a huge swath of games for the community to vote on, to rank, and then we will eventually, and that is already being put into a poll you can vote on. There'll be a link.
Like if you want to vote for The Witcher 3, you can, or Crypt of the Necrodancer, you can.
Well, way to go, Brad. So you can already vote for that. We'll post a link in the description. There's also a top 10 4-player highlights or 4-player moments video that we do every single year. We are taking submissions for your favorite broadcast moments over in the forums over at 4playernetwork.com. And next Monday, Chris Davis will be posting the link to the poll for that video.
I really, really like that video, so I want everybody to submit.
They're fun videos. It basically condenses all the videos that make us laugh and cry into one wonderful, glorious video.
Like the lip balm.
Like like Jeff's balloon man.
That's just disturbing.
I couldn't stop laughing at that. Anyways, those are coming down the pipe. We always get really excited about Game of the Year stuff, so we hope you guys are excited as we are. And I would say keep your eyes out for it. Make sure you vote in the top 10 game poll and look for the new poll for the community highlight video next Monday. And with that, I think we're going to jump right back into the podcast. You ready, Brad?
Yeah, bump out, mister.
Thank you for that. Back to the regularly scheduled podcast.
Welcome back.
Crispy,
I'm here.
I missed
Hey,
you.
the podcast
what's up,
is
bud?
back.
I'm here. I'm
Brad,
podcast.
I'm here. Wait, this part is the podcast.
this part right
Oh,
here.
Mario
isn't
Maker
Bump
came
Spot
out this
anymore?
year.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Welcome to 4Player Network
shit.
podcast for
Witcher 3
37.
came out this year.
Wait, no. This is not how we don't do another intro when coming back from the break.
Oh.
Wait.
Is it still December 9th?
Wait, is it episode 444 yet?
Nope, not yet. I think we're 7 episodes away.
You know what? I'm just gonna name this episode. I'm gonna say
444.
podcast 437.
Episode
episode 444. It's gonna be great.
What are we doing for 444?
More importantly,
Wait, what kind of drug is associated with 444?
no,
Is it a vault?
nothing.
Did you say a
It's
vault?
like,
A vault.
we'll
Oh,
just
vault.
smoke a bunch of nutmeg or something.
Oh God. All right. So do it. Okay.
Ori in the Blind Forest?
I played Ori in the Blind Forest. Unbeknownst to me, everyone else here
Did
already
you cry?
played it.
Did you cry at the beginning?
Do
Did you
that.
tear up? Did you tear up, Nicholas?
Well, I
intro
did
was
it
really
live.
good.
People in chat.
I didn't watch. I want to hear it from you. I want to hear it from you.
I did not cry, but I did let out lots of.
Your eyes got all glossy, didn't they?
No, I don't cry, but
Wet with pre-tear.
oh God! That's, oh my God! Oh my God!
Lovely.
That's weird. Okay,
That's interesting.
so that beginning of that game is just right in the heart. Just get you.
It's like Up.
Yeah.
It is like up. Yeah, I did not. So I was preparing myself for it, obviously, because every time I hear someone talk about this on Twitter, they're like, "Oh my God, that beginning was so sad." And sure enough, it was pretty sad.
It's well done.
That's pretty brutal.
It is very well done, and it takes you straight from that into getting your ass kicked, because this game is not a cakewalk. So Ori the Blind Forest is like it's a puzzle platformer / Metroidvania type game.
It's a Metroidvania.
Okay, I guess
For sure.
I guess it is straight up a
For
Metroidvania.
sure.
But like this game is like just jam packed full of like challenging platforming stages and areas.
That's cool.
What I really like about it though is like it's a really big world, and it's all seamlessly connected. So you can literally go just in between from one area to the next. There's no loading screens or anything like that. It just kind of like subtly transitions from one to the next. And the game so fucking beautiful. Oh my God.
It is.
It looks absolutely incredible.
pretty.
And I will prepare you this footage you're about to watch. I was just sucking it up real bad.
I remember this area.
Dude,
Is
this
with these
game is
things.
surprisingly challenging for...
Did anyone here finish it?
No,
I did.
didn't finish.
Oh, you finished it.
I
Okay,
need
so
to finish
okay.
this game.
I got
That's good.
through-
I'm assuming it just gets harder.
In some ways, yes. In some ways, it gets a lot easier.
So, like, I've
But,
actually-
for example, like sort of managing your little blue meter to create like little checkpoints and stuff. That becomes much less stressful later on.
So so right now, like one of the most stressful things about this game is, so there's not really traditional save points. There's a couple throughout the world, but for the most part, you collect these orbs that build up energy, and then you spend that energy to create save points wherever you want. And you can only access your like skills and abilities at those save points. So you can't just stop somewhere and pause and level up your character and unlock new abilities and whatnot. You have to create a save point. If you don't have enough energy, you got to go out and kill enemies and find them to give you that ability, which is cool. It's a cool twist, but it does definitely add a pretty hefty layer of challenge, at least early on.
There's more management to it.
Yeah. So while I was recording this footage, and it's not this point right here, but I actually got to a point while I was recording this footage that I was like, holy shit, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't think I have the ability yet to access this area or get past it. So I literally pulled out the map and like, okay, I got to find an ability somewhere that will give me the ability to progress further. And I was like, holy shit, there's like so much of this map. I could go anywhere, and it could be anywhere.
Yep.
I have no fucking clue. So
isn't that what's great about this genre?
yeah, but like a lot of times it's because like I actually did some backtracking while I was recording the footage, trying to find something that would give me a new ability, and I couldn't find it. So I was like, holy crap, am I gonna have to go back through like areas that I haven't even gone to yet? Like it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't.
I 100%ed this shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Really.
Listen, I don't know if I've been stressing it, but the reason I wanted other people to play this game is because it's really good. It's just been so long since I talked about it.
It's so that world map is so freaking gorgeous. Like you pull it out and you can like literally see all the. It's almost like Ocarina of Time, that you can see like all these different locations that you're eventually going to go to, and then you just like really smoothly just transition back into the gameplay, which is really cool. But I don't know, man.
How long is this game, Brett? I only played it for like an hour.
Like 15.
Okay.
I mean, if you're gonna.
So you 100%ed it in 15 hours?
Honestly, I don't remember. I could probably check my Steam.
Man, maybe you just play way more. Maybe you do play way more Metroidvanias than I do. But holy crap.
Well, once you get moving, like you start getting abilities that let you move. Like you get like triple jumps and shit, and like especially once you get the ability to reflect off of enemy attack, like bullets and stuff.
Yeah.
Which you probably experienced at E3.
Yeah, that's what I played at E3, which was really cool. I have not unlocked that ability yet. So the ability that Brad's referring to was at the E3 demo, which is basically you can jump. Does it slow down time or something? But
yeah,
you can,
it's like you grab something, you pick a direction to throw it, and it launches you the opposite way.
Yeah, but it can also propel things back.
Yeah. So there's crazy platforming challenges that revolve around that stuff. Lots of bosses? No, I don't.
Are there any bosses? Because I feel like there was a boss fight in the demo.
There's
like a boss for each area, I think.
Maybe.
Which is like there's like 5 areas.
Well, because like after what you're doing now, I think you go into that big tree.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to do is find the.
There's like boss challenge, like platforming challenges and stuff, like climbing up the tree.
The tree is like, the tree gets kind of crazy. Especially like towards the end of it, it starts flooding, and you're having to like do these crazy like precision platforming stuff, climbing up and not drown. It gets ridiculous.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm still pretty early. I've only played like 2.5, 3 hours of it so far. And there's not a whole lot to say that hasn't already been said about it. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and it has really demanding platforming mechanics. But that is what makes it really fun and addicting. It hasn't gotten to a point yet where I would consider it frustrating, except for I got to this one point, and I don't think we're going to get there in this footage. But there's those little like turtle things that pop out, or like I don't know what they are. They're like beetles that come out of the ground and they charge at you, or they roll at you, or something.
Yeah.
And I literally sat there and I got just steamrolled by it, like 6 or 7 times. 6 or 7 times, and every time I was like, okay, that was the last time. And the game, like the enemies are so fast and so aggressive, and like they don't give two shits about how it affects you or your gameplay experience. It is in your face, and that's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it, and it's definitely one of those games where I was kind of hoping I wasn't gonna like it as much as I am, because I was like, that's now weird.
It'd make it easier to write it off.
It would make it easier for me to say, okay, maybe I'll save this for later. But it's just another game where I'm like, this could definitely be in a contender for game of the year or top 10 list or whatever.
This is a quality product. I remember I played this like right before I played through Axiom Verge, which I also finished, and they're both really good Metroidvanias in very different ways. Yeah, but they're both really good, and I was surprised. I'm surprised that at the end of the year, I'm kind of still thinking about both of them.
Did this? I mean, so the story, like the beginning of the game sets up a pretty interesting story, but like the weird thing is like it sets up an interesting story or a relationship, right, which is part of the teary-eyed intro, or whatever. And then I just kind of felt like it glossed over it. It's like, is that
the story is not like super in your face while you play through a lot of this game.
No, but like I guess the question I'm asking is that like relationship they set at the beginning, is that like a key part of the story? I feel like I just feel like it moved on, and then like I feel like what happened after that had nothing to do with.
No. Just keep playing the story. I mean, yeah, just keep playing.
That scary owl character starts showing up more frequently.
That's cool.
After the
that is like that owl creature is like so visually striking, almost in the same way like the spider was in Limbo.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I was actually surprised at the end of this that I wasn't as I didn't feel as connected to the story as I did like maybe at the very beginning, but it does wrap everything up.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely, this is, like I said, this is kind of like my my side project right now. So
I thought that was Invisible Ink.
they're both my side projects because the
He's
other
got
game,
cheating on
the
you.
game that
Two sides.
the game that I am like balls deep in right now is actually Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm trying to finish that.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm like chapter 6 or something. How many sequences are there?
8
Eight.
or 9?
Nine.
There's
Nine.
Okay,
technically
here's the
nine.
confusing thing. I had
Yeah.
I had to ask you this Nolan.
Uh-huh.
So I'm on sequence 5 right now,
Okay.
and I just unlocked sequence 8.
Yeah, you can't actually access it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was like, did I just do it?
It's weird.
I've been playing a lot of the game, so I was like, did I just do enough that I can technically
No.
skip these other things? Because I will say this, and this is all, I don't want to talk too much about Assassin's Creed Syndicate, but like, because a lot of the stuff, the filler stuff that you do in between, like the main missions, sequence missions, whatever, love it or hate it, it's more Assassin's Creed,
Yep.
right? So it's not going to do much for you, Brad, necessarily, but when you get down to it and you're doing like the missions like for the end of the sequences where you're doing like the actual like assassination missions, they're fucking cool. Like I did a mission in the asylum, Nolan, if you remember that one, and like that is easily hands down the best Assassin's Creed like assassination mission I've ever done.
And it's one of
in
the things
Assassin's
that
Creed.
I talked about when I talked about the game. But while it was cool, it sucks that it's like I was saying that it kind of points everything out to you.
And I was wondering if I'm guessing it continues to do that on all of them. Yeah, which kind of sucks. It's almost like they're trying things and like, but they don't want to go too far. Like they don't want to go all the way Hitman because they're afraid they're gonna alienate people.
And that's what I was saying is I think they didn't want to go all the way because they're afraid it's going to be too hard and people aren't going to want to do it.
But it is cool that
Or
it
too
does.
good.
But you know what? Like one thing I said about that, I think I said it before, but like one of the things about Hitman, like I think there's a lot more options in Hitman, but it's way easier to just maybe miss opportunities to like do some really cool shit in Hitman.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be very observant.
You do, or maybe someone has to tell you, and which makes sometimes the stars just kind of have to align in Hitman to make really cool shit happen. And of course, it's so, the levels in that game are so dense that it does happen.
In Hitman, it's less about the stars aligning and more about replayability.
Yeah,
as
and
you
that too.
playing the game more than once and finding all those secrets and looking for it.
But because
And I don't
Hitman is
think
level based and Assassin's Creed really isn't, I'm not going to go back and play Assassin's Creed
that's the
again.
thing is I don't think people are going to go back and replay Assassin's Creed. But I still think it would have been fun if they didn't point out every single thing.
Yeah.
If there was
like
something
you walk
that-
into a level and it's like what do they call it? Unique kill
yeah,
opportunities,
yeah.
or unique access
stealth
points,
opportunities,
or stealth opportunities,
or
or
stuff like that. Yeah.
and so it definitely like it's in your face about it, but it's still kind of a challenge to kind of set it up.
Yeah, no, it doesn't tell you. It's not like it paints a path on the floor how to do it, and some of them aren't super obvious.
Like they highlight a character that's doing something very specific, and it says this person, or if you go to this person,
something's
there
gonna
is
happen.
something in that room or around that character will allow you to create a unique kill, and like that's pretty. Once you get there, you still kind of have to figure it out, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it just made for like easily one of the most enjoyable Assassin's Creed experiences I've had. Like I've actually really been enjoying exploring that world because of the hook, because of the grappling hook, because of the train. The gangs are cool. Like when you start taking back certain areas of that map and like
of the boroughs,
and like you start the gang, like your gang kind of takes over that area. You don't even have to recruit them anymore.
Yeah.
Like normally leading up to that point, when you see your gang members walking around, you can signal to them and they'll walk over and they'll help you in combat scenarios. There's been times where I've completely taken over a borough and like I'll get into a conflict with one of the blighters, the other gang, and I'll start punching them, and then I'll go into like an area where there's like 3 or 4 of them, and like my gang members will just jump in and start helping me out, and like that stuff's pretty cool.
I really
It'd be
enjoyed
cooler if
Syndicate.
you could hit a button though.
Hit a button.
More
You can.
interactive.
Hey, what
No,
are you
he's talking about the
The
whistling.
Brotherhood.
in
Why did that
Brotherhood.
never come back?
Right? I still
It was the
want
best
that.
thing.
Well, I still want that.
You still It was
I mean,
like-
you
it
can't
was
like tell him to like straight up
Yeah, it was
assassinate
like the
someone.
magic make assassins
Yeah.
appear button. It's like kill that guy,
And they would just
someone
hop out of
jumps
a barrel of
that.
hay,
Yeah.
like they were there the whole time.
You've been waiting there forever. Or they'd run out from around a corner.
Well, I think
Yeah.
you're kind of answering your own question. They probably realized how silly that was.
It wasn't silly. It was.
I mean, it was cool. It created some cool moments, but like
Yeah.
when you think about it,
Yeah, you're right. Assassin's Creed's a really serious series. No room
All right.
for silly.
Let's.
All
We
right.
got a lot of news
we have a lot of news
to
we
talk
gotta get
about.
to. It's already late o'clock.
No one likes the metagame stuff in Assassin's Creed. Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's here.
It's
Yeah.
out.
Wait, what
Yeah,
happened?
it is. You haven't played it? You haven't played it
I
yet?
haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't even played the original yet.
The
I should
first
go-
episode came out this year, so you can't put it on your game. No. But no, yeah. So they
way to set up the news, Brad.
they finally showed some footage, and I will say
Okay.
I am not the biggest Final Fantasy VII fan.
What?
I'm not.
That game is incredible.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I've established it's not my favorite Final Fantasy, mainly because it wasn't my first.
Now, it is also not my favorite Final Fantasy, even though it was my first.
but
Aren't you guys
I
cool?
will say I do enjoy Final Fantasy VII. I played through it once, maybe twice, maybe 1.5. I don't know, whatever. But hot damn, did this trailer get me fucking excited?
It's
It looked fucking good.
Aspects of it
well, he
got
like
me excited.
Yeah.
All the cutscene stuff, kind of the realization of these characters like Jesse and Wedge, and that were always just these weird misshapen
These
little
weird
models before.
blocky people.
They're talking about the world and you know the fucking avalanche and Barrett's talking about, you know, we're paying you a lot of gil, and I'm like, he said gil, that's crazy.
That's what I was saying. I said that during the press. I'm like, is that the first time we've ever heard them say
reference
Gil?
the currency.
Like, I don't think they've ever voiced the word Gil in Final Fantasy before.
That stuff looks cool.
Yeah.
I'll say that the gameplay is looking very Final Fantasy 15.
No, and
slash Kingdom Hearts.
that's the other thing I said, is it looks like it's not
Yeah.
going to be turn-based, which I'm fine with. I think it would be kind of almost weird, and it would pull you out to an extent. I don't know, but it does, yes. It
I mean,
looks
Nino
like they meant...
Kuni's turn-based, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's
sure.
true.
Honestly, like one thing, because we were
Yeah,
we were
that's
having a little back and
turn-based.
forth about it on Twitter over the weekend. One of the things I didn't actually say it, but I feel like, because we were talking about scope, because obviously this new topic that we're trying to get to is about the whole episodic thing. We're having obviously everyone's having the debate right now as to whether or not a true like 1-to-1 remake of Final Fantasy VII could fit.
Well, it's obviously not going to be 1-to-1. We know
No,
that.
well, no. I mean, sorry, I use 1-to-1. Like when I say 1-to-1, I mean like the stuff they were showing in this gameplay demo was like they were showing like small scenes that were almost insignificant in Final Fantasy VII. Like they were showing characters, like Brad said, like they were showing characters
Wedge.
that I didn't even think they would bother to put in the game. Like they're
Wait,
they're
those
obviously.
were important
Yeah,
characters.
I mean, they were important.
They
but
weren't
like,
party characters, but they were important to the story.
but like
to an
they
extent.
they straight up showed the scene where he like kicked one of the Shinra troopers. Like I saw that side
But
side
that's
by
like
side.
the intro to the fucking game.
Yeah, I mean
That's the reason they were showing that.
The music had the bomb. The music in the trailer was the bombing, the opening bombing mission.
I know.
Exactly. That's
I'm
why they were
saying, like-
showing that, because they only showed like the first fucking 10 minutes of the game. Like the stuff they showed was from like the very fucking beginning.
True.
And they even showed the first boss.
But they're like they've done interviews and they've been talking about the game and they are talking about
Well, that's the news
including
topic, yeah.
things
Oh,
that were like mini games and things that I would have assumed they were just going
there's
to.
there's not gonna be. Okay.
Do you think he's gonna go to like the
Realizations
fucking
in check.
like the dudes?
There ain't.
Like
there's
the
no.
sex of
There's gonna be
dudes?
no fucking hot tub with dudes.
Dude, they already said there's going to be a cross dressing.
Yes, but that was a major part of the game.
was
Final
a major part of the
Fantasy
story.
VII. I mean, that was part of the main
Yeah.
quest or whatever. It was not this optional little thing. Do you really think they're gonna have all these like golden saucer mini games? Like, remember when you were like
Dude,
collecting
absolutely.
the nuts and shit?
Yeah.
That garbage ass mini game.
Okay.
Like, they're gonna cut back on that stuff dramatically.
Or they're going to replace them with completely different games. But my point is like the way they're talking about it is they're making it seem like
You got to collect the nuts on your phone. It's gonna be a mini game.
who the fuck
tie-in.
knows? I mean, who the hell knows?
A second screen experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're talking about it like they're making like when I heard for years when people were talking about wanting to see a Final Fantasy VII remake, I was always like, would you really want to? Because there's no way they would scrap so much stuff to make it feasible that it wouldn't even feel like the same game anymore. And it sounds to me, especially with this news, that they're trying to make it quote unquote episodic or multi-part or whatever the fuck it actually means.
Before we get into that.
Well, okay, can I finish my point?
Yeah, go ahead. But I just don't want that to transition into that part of the conversation.
The only thing I wanted to say is like, now that this is what they're talking about, it seems like part of the reason they're doing that is because they want to be able to fit as much of the original game in there as possible.
I hope so. That's definitely
the dream.
That's the dream. That's the optimistic viewpoint. I'll say one thing that I feel like maybe not a lot of other people are talking about or addressing, and that's that Final Fantasy Final Fantasy VII was just this great RPG from back in 1997. Mm-hmm. Since then, a lot of other Final Fantasy VII related things, versions of Cloud, movies, spin-off games have come out.
And none of them have
Crisis Core. They have all had a very different tone.
Yes.
And like self-seriousness that I don't think Final Fantasy VII necessarily had. So my concern is Square Enix going to be more focused on the Final Fantasy VII from the original release, or like Advent Children Final Fantasy VII? You know what I mean? Of course Final Fantasy VII had some dark stuff. Absolutely. But there are times when that game was straight up fucking goofy and silly and didn't take itself serious.
And so I think they have to have that because
there's not a joke in Advent
Well, I
Children.
mean, the fact that they're even going to include...
There's one.
There's one little joke.
Yeah.
And it's
the fact
funny.
that they're even talking about including the scene where he cross-dresses kind of tells me
I
that
bet
they're
going to make that scene super serious and sexy.
I don't think so.
Sexy.
Yeah,
Sexy
fucking
Cloud.
sexy. I think they're going to make a sexy Cloud.
Brett, is this something you're into?
I'm just saying.
I know what
I
I'm
think
I'm
thinking
not
for
talking about
Christmas.
cross-dressing.
I think you just named the show.
I'm not talking about cross-dressing. I'm talking about, like, hot tub scene.
Yeah.
Like that, I'm just worried that you fight someone posted a picture, you fight a house robot.
Yep, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that ain't gonna be in this new
That
one.
would be so awesome,
Dude,
though.
I really hope.
I wouldn't say that yet.
I really hope that they preserve the original like lightheartedness and comedy of Sephiroth murdering Ares too, because
Hey,
that was one of the
spoilers.
funniest points.
Listen,
in that
it had that shit in it too. By the way,
game. I'm just joking.
that video of Cloud actually killing her is hilarious.
Wait, what is this?
It was basically someone dissected that entire scene in the medical aspects of that type of incision, and really broke it down, like the human anatomy and everything. Just broke it down, and how it even the way the animation the way the animation reacted after she got stabbed. Basically, what they said is that stab wouldn't have killed her, and that what actually killed her was Cloud when he dropped her into that pond.
He's like, no! And she's like, I think I'm okay. He's like, no, she's dead, and just drops her.
She was paralyzed. Yeah.
And she drowned, so she didn't actually die from stabbing. She died.
I mean, that is what
drowning.
the science says.
That
the science
from the scientist.
Yeah, Game Theory was the YouTube channel.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
that's actually
It's
kind of
not
amazing.
like his sword is really long, but it's not like
There are
really big.
again, yes, Sephiroth kills Aerith. Yes, we all know that. Also, one of your characters was a giant stuffed animal with a cat
So that's what I
riding
wanted
around
to
on
bring
it.
up.
That
That's
was a robot? I don't even know.
That's what I wanted to bring up. Kate Sith. They didn't show him, but I want to end like Red 13.
Red 13's kind of a ridiculous character.
Yes,
Dude,
there's a lot.
Like,
His father was a floating beach ball man.
All right, let me tell you.
I mean, his adopted father.
Let me tell you
whatever
this.
the fuck that
like
dude
all
was.
these things you're talking about are too integral to the story for them to exclude.
So hold on, Nick. And so where Brad's coming from is just Final Fantasy VII is not as dark as people remember. There are very dark elements to that game, but on the theme of the game overall was dark, but there was a lot of light-hearted and goofy things in it. Since then, everything Final Fantasy VII has been super dark. Like
Very
everything's there's no
self-serious and
fucking
dark.
funny Final Fantasy VII anymore. It's all fucking dark and
Fucking
black.
Crisis
It's all
Core?
one-wing angel.
Crisis
Exactly.
Core was fucking like
And
like,
so-
oppressive.
like
in its
and once again,
seriousness.
Advent Children, super fucking dark. Not bad, but just dark. Nothing ever has been as lighthearted as the elements in Final Fantasy VII were. And Brad's fear is that they are going to try and follow that and not go back to its original roots. Nick, I'm with you in thinking that they are. I think they are going to bring
I
back
think
the
they're gonna
goofy
try.
comedic elements to an extent. I mean, why not? I mean, look at Final Fantasy 15. Even from like what the fucking demo we played, there's some fucking goofy stuff going on in there. So I would.
But
hope-
everything's also really cool. They gave Barrett sunglasses.
Dude, Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 13 was not super
Isn't that,
serious.
Like
Yeah.
Barrett was kind of a tragic character, not like fucking you ain't getting your gill. I mean, like what is he? Hey, listen. I hope. I
Yeah.
fucking hope.
I hope.
I love Final Fantasy VII maybe more than anybody else in this room.
Yeah, probably.
Let's fight, Brad.
I love Final Fantasy VII maybe more than anybody else in this room.
On which disc do you? No, shit.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Uh,
I'm hoping for the best. I got kind of goosebumpies during that trailer.
No, I
I'm
fucking
not gonna
definitely
lie.
did. So the definite news topic surrounding that, besides the announcement that it's coming out in 2027, is the fact that it's going to be episodic.
Okay. It is going to be released in multiple parts.
So-
what we
yes.
don't know is what the
They're
fuck they
not
mean by
called
that.
episodes.
Yeah.
They're called parts.
Well, there's a difference actually.
What if they
You
call
joke
them-
about it.
What if they call them books, like Avatar?
You joke about it.
It's a TV show, but they're released in books? I don't even fucking get it.
Yeah,
You joke.
yeah. No,
But-
no one ever said episodic. From Square Enix never said the game's going to be episodic.
In fact, in an interview that was just done, I think yesterday, I think I read this yesterday, was each episode of the game is going to be the length of a quote unquote full game.
Yeah, that is
which
Yeah,
But
seems
they
to
didn't
me.
define what full
Yeah,
game.
what's
Which-
a full
but it
game?
seems
a full
to
Final
me-
Fantasy game.
I mean, it seems to me like this is probably more likely going to be like what they did with Final Fantasy 13, where they're going to sell three $60 games that
They-
make up Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Didn't they also say that each one is going to tell like a unique story?
Well, I think it's going to tell a unique chunk of that story.
But,
Okay, but-
I paid $30 for Final Fantasy VII. Why should I pay? Why should I pay 180?
Mainly because the game they're making now is going to cost 1,000
Yeah.
times more than what it cost to make Final Fantasy 7.
Also, Final Fantasy VII is a world. You know what I mean? Like
So
I
that-
get my
that's the
fucking
thing that I'm
airship.
kinda
I can
confused
fly
about.
back to Midgar.
Which is what I was
Is
trying
this
to...
going to be a world
Well,
if it's separated into
See,
three parts?
That's the only thing is because like when I was talking, I wanted to bring up before. I was trying to think about what would a Final Fantasy 7 today look like that actually played and was like quote unquote 1-to-1 like Final Fantasy 7 was, and I was like the closest thing I can think of that's done it recently in this generation has been Ni no Kuni.
But that is still
But that
very
game is so-
old school in its design.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's still much a traditional.
overworld for this game going to look like?
The only thing I can think of is like Ni no Kuni, because that was very like classic Final Fantasy.
The closest thing to like what maybe an overworld from an old game would be in a modern realization is like I think Xenoblade X, but it's still not there yet.
I don't
Like in
think
terms of scale.
I don't think it's going to be anything like Xenoblade X.
I mean, are you understanding what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I mean, in
I'm
terms
saying
of,
in certain times, like the size of like an overworld matching to maybe what that size would be back in like a 16-bit or 32-bit
But the
like
question
JRPG.
is, the question is, what do we think they're going to do with Final Fantasy VII to achieve that level of like, you know,
Obviously, they have something figured out.
I mean,
hope.
honestly, that's my biggest question with this game so
Yeah.
far is what is the overworld going to look like? Is there going to be an overworld? Like my biggest concern with this remake is that they're going to scrap it and make it more like, you know, it's going to be more like Kingdom Hearts where you finish a level and then you like do like it shows like a little line of you like flying to the
God.
like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is in my opinion is probably the one thing that could potentially like really let the wind out of my sails.
Well, I mean, so this is we
about this
talked
remake.
about this kind of like in Hip Chat and some other places earlier, and I kind of talked about we're speculating on stuff we know nothing about,
Yeah.
and so I mean we've talked about it. Some people are upset by the fact that it's coming in parts. to an extent, I understand. I don't know if a game like this could fit on a disc.
I am withholding my anger until I know exactly what the fuck they
You don't know
mean.
the details. I just really hope that it's not like Final Fantasy 13 in the stint. Like, I don't want them to be standalone games. Like, I
also don't want it to be a downloadable episodic thing.
yeah.
Like, when they said they were remaking Final Fantasy 7, I took that to mean like, okay, they're committing, they're going full on, we are remaking the game and we're going to sell it to you. Like,
Yeah.
I
think
don't
that's
want it
what
to be
most
like
people
a
thought.
piecemeal thing. I don't want it to be like a Telltale game.
Yeah.
I don't want there to be like 50 episodes of Final Fantasy 7 that I played over the course of like 6 years. Like that could fucking that
So,
could
but
ruin
once
it.
again, we're speculating. So let's move on from Final Fantasy 7.
I have a news topic.
We're excited for it, and we hope it's good.
We are excited but nervous.
Yeah.
I have a news topic. System Shock 3 is apparently real.
Yeah.
And that's apparently being revealed on Monday. It's
like a Baldur's Gate 3 situation.
Other Side Entertainment is developing it apparently, and there's a countdown clock on their website set
I
to
don't
go
like
off
the
on
font.
Monday.
It looks like it says System Shush.
They do have some
Like
X
the
looking
K
glass.
looks like an H.
They do have some X looking glass people working on it,
What is okay? So
which is
what is a
optimistic.
sequel to System Shock going to look like? I mean, what else did Other Side do?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the other side.
I don't know, but
This is. They have some looking glass people.
But what is it going to look like? I mean, we're going to find out on Monday. Either way, next week we'll have more to say about it because we will have seen something, a teaser trailer. I'm assuming that by that point we will at least have a idea of like, you know.
I mean,
What
it
is beyond the
might just
name?
be like a cinematic trailer, so
Like,
we
yeah.
don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we
but at
would
least
know.
They did a Kickstarter for the a new Underworld game.
but
like
the vampire werewolf
No.
underworld.
I'm sorry.
Kate
Like
Beckinsale
Ultima, like a spiritual successor to Ultima Underworld. Like
Oh, yeah.
and they called it like Underworld Ascent or something like that, or Descent. Yeah, I mean they have some people who used to work on those games.
So Night Dive Studios is doing the System Shock 1 remake, right?
Yes,
They're also the people that are doing the Turok 1 and 2.
that's
Yeah, I'm so
not
excited.
the same.
What if they change the cheat code in Turok?
Yeah.
They better not. They better fucking not change that cheat code.
What if the cheat code is DLC?
I specifically remembered it so that this moment would come. This day would come and I could reuse the cheat code.
But if they did change it, you would devote yourself to learning the new one.
It's DLC.
Yeah,
No,
the
fuck that.
cheat codes are DLC, Nick.
You pay for them.
Anyways, we'll talk more about it next week, so we'll at least have something to go on.
I
thought
mean,
it was
I
weird.
don't think it's going to be like this big AAA thing, but I don't think it needs to be. I think it needs to be an RPG, less like BioShock, more like System Shock 2.
Yeah.
But are we
Would be
talking like?
nice.
Well, I mean,
And those people that act like Dead Space is like System Shock 3, they can jump off a cliff. Dead Space is a great video game, but it's not System Shock 3.
Speaking of System Shock,
I think they're only saying that because it like atmospherically speaking, it feels a little bit like System Shock.
Speaking of System Shock 2, Ni no Kuni 2.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Didn't see that coming.
No, and it's also kind of disappointing because that's what level 5 has been working on.
Yeah.
That is kind of actually heartbreaking. Actually, you know what? That is downright. Can I go ahead and say
Y'all
my fuck
like
you of the
Ni no
week?
Kuni, right?
I love Ni no
I like
Kuni.
Ni no Kuni.
But Dark Cloud, man.
But it's not Dark Cloud 3.
Nope.
But it looks beautiful. I mean, have
It
you
does
seen that
look
fucking
good.
trailer? If they fix the combat, they could have a real winner there.
Yeah.
That combat was kind of a mess.
There's definitely improvements to be made, and I'm sure I would assume they worked on it. Exact same fucking plot as the first one.
I have a question.
Little
though.
kid whose mom died. Now he has to go off on his own doing shit.
But he's a king now.
He's a prince or a king?
He's learning to become a king.
Okay.
So my question is,
Ding Dong Dell, and he kind of looks like a girl, but that's pretty
I
jiggly.
love me some
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni.
Stop it. Do not say it like that.
Ni no
Sounds so dirty.
I like me some Ni no Kuni. But
Did you like?
Why is- like, what, like-
Knickers? in
you
Ni no
know that they know that we want another Dark Cloud.
Kuni? Well, obviously.
I thought that
Why?
Ni no Kuni kind of underperformed.
Do they? I think to an extent it did.
And I'm sure Dark Cloud 2 may have also, but like,
I want to be a fly on the wall of these meetings where people decide, make decisions like, no, we're not going to do Dark Cloud 3, we're going to do Ni no Kuni 2.
well, you know what? Put yourself in that position. And you're like, we have to make a game. We have to make it for 2016 or whatever, 2017, for a modern audience. Which task seems easier? Making another one of these that we just make, or figuring out what the fuck Dark Cloud 3 is going to be?
Yeah.
You know, like one just seems easier.
It just seems to me like this is just confirmation that Dark Cloud 3 doesn't exist.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like the dream is that even if this wasn't the game that we were hoping for, like maybe they're still working on Dark Cloud 3. I don't think that's the case. I think this is absolutely the main thing they've been working on.
It just sucks because like I thought we knew that Level 5 was going to be announcing their RPG soon.
Yep.
We knew that. And the fact that Dark Cloud showed up as like one of the first PS2 games on PS4, the original Dark Cloud, I thought this might be some sort of hint or tease, like
it was
timing wise, that around the same time, like, hey, we just announced a new Dark Cloud, you can go play the original now, boom, PSX. I didn't watch the PSX keynote, I just kind of saw the highlights, but I mean, this was probably one of their bigger announcements there. I just I feel like when you go back to when you're talking about Dark Cloud, there's more of a little bit of a kind of a PlayStation history heritage there, because like Dark Cloud was one of the first PS2 games that was from Sony, and it was, some people called it, is this going to be the Zelda killer and whatever, and maybe it wasn't that huge, but like I feel like there's more of a history there than Ni no Kuni, which
there's definitely
not to
a bigger
mention
history there.
Not to mention
been how many years since Dark Cloud 2 came out?
a long time,
like,
which would make it way
2003.
more exciting than a sequel to a game we just got. I also want to point out that this Ni no Kuni 2 is not being developed in conjunction with Studio Ghibli.
Yeah,
They are not involved.
correct.
Well, I mean, really, probably how much were they even involved in the first one?
I mean,
obviously,
they gave
outside
them
of
some art.
style.
They
They
gave
gave
them the-
concept
they-
of the art design.
They gave him the art style, but at the same
But
time,
if you look at Ni no Kuni 2, it looks exactly
It looks
like Ni no
very
Kuni. So I mean,
Ghibli,
yeah,
so-
they just are
yeah,
like,
it
okay,
that
let's go
just-
with this.
It just makes me.
Yeah,
you
no, I know what you're saying.
It's
like,
gonna be-
maybe some of the original characters won't be as Ghibli as
I
we'd
just
like
feel
them to
less confident in the fact that I feel more confident that we're not going to see much that's new here,
be. Probably the case.
Just fix
even
the
at a
battle
visual
system.
level.
Just fix the battle system.
Anyways,
Another thing out of PSX that I wanted to briefly mention that I think is super cool, Yakuza 0 is coming west.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, I feel like the Yakuza fans are very, maybe niche.
Niche is
the
a good
people who
word.
love Yakuza really love Yakuza, and the people who don't play Yakuza games don't really care.
Yeah, they don't care.
But it is kind of, it is nice to know that I was initially not that excited because I thought this was the Yakuza 1 remake, but Yakuza 0, I should have gathered, is sort of like the prequel set in the 80s, and what I've seen in that game actually looks really cool. And to see a young...
One of the weird things coming out of PSX was like the lack of marketing. It's like so many games are like, and this game's coming out, and it's coming out on Tuesday. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I've never even heard it. Wait, like a lot of the games, like just like no marketing at all.
who
Like,
actually who watched the y'all watched both? Watched?
me and Chris Davis did a commentary.
Oh, okay. I
You
wasn't
had
home
an
when it was.
X-Bot commentating on play... No, I'm just kidding.
No one else would do it with me.
I wasn't.
Or no,
home.
I was doing Christmas
Crispy
stuff.
was like asleep or something.
Crispy
No,
asleep?
my
No.
folks were in
Yeah, your
town.
parents
I
were
was-
there, so
I
yeah.
was busy running around. I was probably in Bastrop.
So, not out of PSX, but the day before...
Wait, what about Uncharted?
There was two more things I wanted to mention about
Oh,
PSX.
about PSX, okay.
Yeah. So Uncharted was one of them. They showed that
Dialogue
pretty long
options.
I don't think that's going to be
I
a
don't think
big
it's
thing in the
dialogue
game.
options. I think that's...
I doubt it too, but
That would have been funny if it was like, he's like, what do you want to tell me about? And he's like, El Dorado. And then it's like, please insert Nathan Drake collection, like, to play Uncharted 1. So that, it looks good. I mean, obviously we don't know. They didn't really tell us anything else about the game, but looks good.
their
There's some
reveal.
controversy around that new character. I
Well,
don't
it's because
think...
she's a black character voiced by a white actress was the controversy, wasn't it?
Well, that and... Well, yeah, that was the main controversy. The other thing that popped up, which is kind of silly, is that there's an actress that she looks. A lot of people think she looks modeled after.
Yeah.
That it's a character from Battlestar Galactica.
Is this gonna be
And other
another
things.
Ellen Page
character?
situation?
She was a minor character on that show. I can't remember.
Is
her
this
name.
is this gonna be another Ellen Page situation where everyone thought that Ellie was modeled after Ellen Page?
The actress was like, she does look like me, but I don't know. No one contacted me or anything. She just kind of laughed it off. Yeah. The bigger controversy is the whole Laura Bailey thing, but
The thing I wanted, the other game I wanted to talk about out of PSX was Neo. They finally showed some gameplay of that. Some
Yeah.
good game. Holy shit, that looks good.
It looks like Onimusha,
it looks like Onimusha mixed with a little bit of Dark Souls or something.
Like, oh,
but it's from the guys who made
Ninja Gaiden?
Ninja
Ninja Gaiden, which
yeah.
I've never been a big fan
dude,
of.
it fucking it
No,
looks.
okay, hold on.
It looks like a feudal Japan like Souls game.
Well,
What?
that's
Seen
what.
it yet?
No.
Oh my god,
That-
it looks good.
See,
That
I
was
am
a
so
joke.
on the fence because I.
so in this one they showed you summoning someone and co-oping in the
Shut
game.
up.
Yes.
Shut your face.
Yes.
What is this game? Like
Neo.
Neo.
N-I-O-H. Or no
Neo.
hyphen, just N-I-O-H, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was joking when I said the guys that made Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden Black are like one of the greatest action games ever made.
Well, yeah,
But
sure, but
my
I
joke
don't,
was
that doesn't
that-
mean I like that game.
No, I know, but I'm saying if it was actually if they were making this coming off of that, everyone should be excited. That was a joke though. My joke was that it's been a very long time since they made that first Ninja
Yeah, and
Gaiden
they've made a
game.
lot of shit since then, haven't they?
Yes, that's what we should be worried
They've
about.
made a lot of
this
shit.
game looks cool, but it's been a long time since that first Ninja
It's just for
Gaiden.
me, this
So-
news is literally the spiritual successor to Onimusha being made by the guys who used to make that one action game that I never liked to begin with.
Wait, why didn't you like Ninja Gaiden?
Well, did you watch this latest trailer, Nick?
No, I haven't seen it.
You watch this and it might change your mind.
I mean-
the enemy design looks fucking fantastic. Like,
Don't get me wrong, I've been excited. I'll definitely watch it.
I have a
I've been
very high
excited.
quality video on my computer.
I'm just very,
watch it.
very, very nervous.
Well,
Can we
we'll
watch it after the show?
huddle around it together with our pants slightly lowered, and we can watch it together.
Why are we
And
huddling
can-
together?
Because not off, because we don't know how much you're gonna like it yet. So we'll kind of go from there.
Slack. Don't want to be caught with your pants down.
Exactly.
A couple announcements that I want to mention that came out the day before at the Game Awards that
yeah.
I think are worth mentioning. First one, I don't know. I wrote this down as Crispy's topic.
Well, can I deliver it?
Okay, well, in that case, before you do that, I want to mention Psychonauts 2.
Yep, I didn't see that
Yes,
coming.
I didn't see it coming either.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured that maybe Double Fine would finally get to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They finally have enough money.
I don't-
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
enough
they've been
freedom.
doing small
Surprising.
projects for
Yeah.
so long. You know, it's been a long time since Brutal Legend, and even longer time since Psychonauts.
We don't even
but I
know.
fucking love Psychonauts.
Psychonauts is
And this is great fucking news for me. I mean, it is being crowdfunded, but
Did you back it?
well, no.
It's
not
so
yet,
the
at
thing,
least.
like Tim Schafer made an announcement.
did I invest? You mean?
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
Yeah, because it's not. It's Fig, and you can invest in the project, and he's like, and you can get some money out of it. And so I was like, wait, what? And so I started looking into it. You can't
You have
like,
to be an accredited investor. Or something
yeah, no.
like
So
that.
you can't just back the game and get money.
Yeah.
You have to invest in the company, and then if the company makes it, so you're just investing in a company.
You're just
So it's
guessing
like you're
it.
basically buying stock?
yeah, essentially, you're the game's almost irrelevant at this point because you're just buying some stock in to an extent.
So you're not funding the game. You're funding the studio.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the way they worded it was weird.
kinda
But,
weird.
you know, Psychonauts 2 looks great.
I heard something like along the lines of if you invest like $500 in it, I think that's the minimum, and I think you have to be like they have to, you know, it's not just anyone can donate $500 or invest $500. If it sells like 4 million copies, you can make like $1,500 or something.
That's $1,500.
I know.
That's money.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
But
that's
once again,
$1,000
it's
profit.
an investment.
Also, 4
And-
million copies is a lot.
Yeah, the thing is, it could do poorly, and you make not money.
Yeah.
You make the opposite of money.
Exactly.
Negative money.
And I might have that math wrong.
It's like, hey, actually, you owe us more money. It's like, wait,
But
how does that
I don't know
work?
if someone can check on it, but like this thing is going to get funded.
No, it'll get funded.
So I'm really excited. I mean, who
Hell,
hears?
it was already at like
You played
30,000
Psychonauts?
before the event was
Crispy,
over.
have you played Psychonauts?
Fuck yeah, I played
But it's a you haven't played Psychonauts.
Fucking
If
love
you did,
Psychonauts.
you'd be here with us like
It's a great
Fucking-
game.
It's one of
I'm
those games that
excited.
I've always wanted to play.
Everyone has those.
Maybe we
games.
need to do that for a revival club.
That'd be good.
What's the guy's name? Mike Horvitz, the guy who plays Rasputin, Invader Zim.
Mhm.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Can't wait.
The announcement that thankfully I think Beck this chat's already scrolled past. They announced a bunch of VR stuff in PSX, a
Yeah.
bunch of VR stuff, and it failed. One of the live demos failed horribly, and it was hilarious. It's almost like the Wii stuff. Remember when they were showing off the Wii stuff and like it just wouldn't work? It was kind of like
Yeah,
that.
I was there.
It was pretty funny.
I just wanted to just walk out.
It was pretty funny and awkward. But
But I
then-
came out when Miyamoto was doing Skyward Sword for the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
that was painful.
and it was kind of like that in this when they were trying to show off the whatever.
That's what I was
But the one VR game they showed this really dumb game, and it was called 100-foot tall, like 100-foot robot golf, and it's 100-foot robots that play golf. And I was
Of
like,
course.
this game looks fucking dumb.
Giant robots?
Yeah, and I'm like, the only reason I would play this is if you could like fight the other robots.
Giant robots.
And then they show the robots fighting, and they're
Yeah,
fucking swinging
yeah.
golf clubs at each other and knocking over buildings,
Giant
and
robots.
fucking like playing golf on the moon, and like it just looks fucking crazy.
Oh, Chris Davis says this from the guys that made Roundabout, which that's the game with
Oh,
the
yeah.
constantly turning limousine.
Yeah.
No wonder it's so. With
I-
FMV.
Yeah.
I will say this: we used one of the PlayStation VRs at PAX, and we just played some stupid little game where you're like being chased by monsters and
Yeah.
and it's awesome tech.
I mean, it's good tech.
So
It's-
awesome.
It's still like my only problem with it is it's still early.
Yeah,
And so it's not going to be perfect, and it's going to kind of not be the best, and the games are very going to be like very tech demo-y and stuff. Even like Robot Golf, like I don't want to play that VR. I just want to fucking play that.
I'll say this though: everyone that came out of that thing, and I listen to a lot of podcasts that were talking about Res in VR,
Oh yeah,
were like, "This is like." It is crazy, like just crazy. Like it is mad, like immersive and disorienting in like a really good way. And when
It's-
you come out of that thing, it's like the whole
So
world
the
is
VR
different.
I've played, like when you come out of, if you're in a game for a while, when you take it off, you're like, what is life?
Dude.
Like you're just like so disoriented.
The
It's like
Uh,
coming out of the Matrix.
when
Yeah.
when I was playing that monster game and you're playing the monster and if you get defeated by the other players through the little robot dudes or whatever, they like shoot you and you go flying into space, but you're like in first
Yeah,
person,
first
and you
person.
literally go flying and it feels like you're flying away from the earth.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I got weak in the knees. I was like, holy shit! Like
Yeah.
this is I feel like it fucks with your.
It's fucked up, man.
It's cool. It's so cool looking though, and if that was the first time I had used VR and been like,
There's
okay,
potential
There is
there.
potential here
Yeah.
for some cool experiences.
making a like a force feedback vest or whatever,
Yeah.
and they were demoing it there for Res, and people were saying that's really cool. That remember Res is the game that shipped with a trance vibrator,
Yeah.
that you were supposed to put in your pocket.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes,
Why have I never heard of this?
I'm sure you have. I mean, I'm sure we brought it up before.
All right. Was
I
there
think David
anything
has
else
one.
in the news?
There was one more thing.
Well, we didn't talk about. Oh, sorry.
There was one more thing.
Sorry, go ahead, Crispy.
The new Telltale game.
New Telltale game
Michonne.
series coming.
Michonne stories.
Michonne stories and Batman.
I did not see that fucking.
What
coming.
the fuck
did
is
not
that?
see that
I didn't see it
coming.
I
either.
mean, it's okay. It's WB, and they're ramping up their DC properties, and it's Telltale. They're like one of the hottest, like mainstream, like game producers out there right
Dude,
now.
Telltale is
Everyone's playing Telltale games,
Yeah.
like on their fucking.
You
iPhones
ain't
and
shit unless you have a Telltale.
So-
Exactly. That's when you know you made it.
The
big.
intersection between Telltale and Batman, I guess, isn't that crazy surprising, but
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
what the fuck? Good fuck.
Do you think
I
the
don't
first
know,
thing that's
like-
gonna happen in the game is Bruce is walking down the alley with his parents and they get shot and it's like Bruce will remember that.
Bruce will.
Oh, that they have to have
good.
that.
the
They have to
the
have
question
that.
is like, yeah, what story are they gonna do? Like,
Yeah,
this would be.
Is it gonna be an origin story?
This
Is it gonna
would
be just like in the
be-
middle of nowhere?
This would be a fantastic platform for them to just adapt like one of the really good comic stories, because I mean those comic stories
That hasn't been told in video game
those-
format yet.
Yeah, those arcs usually come in 5 or 6 issue formats. You could break one down into an episode of a Telltale game, tell a whole story. You could do something like Long Halloween. You could do fucking Batman Year One if you wanted to do an origin story. You could do a lot of good ones. Hell, you could do fucking All-Star
Cowboy
Batman.
Batman?
You could do All-Star Batman and Robin, which is like the most god-awful turd that's ever been shit out by Frank Miller, who is one of the most god-awful people that's ever been shit out by God. Like, that...
Holy God, it just got dark.
Frank Miller's not that bad.
Frank Miller's pretty terrible. He's pretty terrible.
He's not that
He's
bad.
a crazy person who can't write a good book to save his life in the last 10 years.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
he's...
in the
he's
last 10 years, maybe.
and he's a terrible person.
Holy
Okay.
God, this what? Where
I'm
did
sorry.
this vitriol come from?
No. Go. Seriously, go look up
He hates
All-Star
women.
Batman and Robin. It's incredible. It's incredible how bad it is. But yeah,
Oh, they could do Gotham by Gaslight.
they could do
Oh,
Gotham by
man.
Now,
Gaslight. They could
one
do...
thing I want to point out is that the trailer itself, like one of the reasons I didn't identify it as Batman until the very end when I saw the Batman logo, I was like, is because of the art style. I was like,
it didn't. Yeah,
I was like, what is this?
like I was
they're-
looking at it and I was like, is this maybe like GTA?
I think
You know,
yeah.
like
It showed a big gun. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
they're
it
doing
was-
GTA.
Yeah.
I would imagine, I would hope that Telltale would do something, would probably collaborate with an actual, known Batman artist to do something that looks, really comic
Super
booky.
stylized is the way to go.
This is definitely... That and that's also what's going to work best for them, because we all know that their engines aren't super intensive.
Nope.
And they can't handle realistic looking graphics. But
Nope.
when they try to do the comic booky style, it works out really well for them.
Yep.
Here's the question, though. Are we going to get Walking Dead Season 1 Batman, or are we going to get,
Jurassic
Game of
Park.
Thrones Telltale?
I don't know.
I mean,
don't
That's
know.
the question.
It really depends. And the other thing too is if are they adapting a story that already exists? Are they going to be
Original.
Yeah, is it going to be like
All
is
the
it going to
stuff-
be
all
like,
their
what if
stuff so
they-
far has been
What if they
original.
do something that's more recent? Like what if they do Court of Owls and they just have fucking Scott Snyder write the story for them because he already wrote that story?
Let me ask you this.
Like, is this going to be an in-house production? Are they working really closely with DC Comics? Like how I don't know.
Let me ask you this. If this is completely original, would you feel differently about it?
If it's completely original, it depends on what it is, Like, I mean, there are new, completely original Batman stories coming out all the time. It doesn't mean that there are there are still bad ones and there's still good ones,
What if it's more along the lines of the Arkham games? I mean, if you think about Tales from the Borderlands, that was its original story, but it was still very much had the DNA of the Borderlands
Yeah.
universe. Do you think they might kind of crib from that, or do you think they're going to go more?
I think
Okay.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to tell a story that is accessible to anybody. Whether that is a completely original story that they create on their own, or whether a classic deep cut Batman story. It's not going to be
Like
something
a
that
reimagining of a deep
Right.
cut Batman story.
Right. It's not going to be something that ties too heavily into continuity. But that also, at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if, episode 2 or episode 3, Batman gets into trouble and, oh, look, Superman shows up,
Who's going to voice the Joker?
Is the Joker even
Yeah,
going to be in
I
it?
almost hope the
Yeah,
Joker's
so-
not in it.
I mean, I don't think. I really don't think.
I just, as long as
They
it's
should
nothing
do a
like
Joker story.
Gotham, I'll be happy.
I think that this should probably take a step away from the Arkham series and just do something completely different. Kind of focus on a different side of Batman.
I'm pretty excited, honestly, to see what.
I
But
am too.
but the thing is, Batman is also a very at moments is a very action oriented story. It's an action packed
Well,
character.
I mean,
But
you
the
could
thing
say
is,
that about a lot of the IP that Telltale's done.
like
though.
Walking Dead or something like that, or Borderlands. But it's one of those scenarios where, the gameplay isn't going to be surrounded. It's not going to be about the action. It's going to be the Batman can fucking do anything, and so he's just going to be fucking taking out.
Yeah,
dudes.
but a lot of the action that happens, even if whether you're controlling it or not, the action you're seeing, Batman's a martial artist. He's going to be doing martial arts.
He's also a detective.
Yeah, but
For sure.
but you're not
I
just
think
gonna.
I think a lot of the actual interactive gameplay
It's gonna be
will
the-
lean more on the detective aspect of Batman.
He's the world's
I'm just
greatest
calling into
detective.
question Telltale's ability to like how are the action sequences going to look and feel?
I mean, if you've played the recent Telltale games, there's just
I mean, I
not
haven't. I
gonna-
never even finished season 2 of The Walking
That's
Dead.
what I'm saying. There's just not going to be a lot of action, probably.
Probably not.
I mean, I'm sure just by virtue of the fact that it's Batman and he's a superhero, there will be plenty of fight
yeah, it's a
scenes
Batman story.
and
There
a lot of
kinda needs to
combat
be
to be
action.
had.
Biff,
But this isn't a fighting game.
Yeah.
Like this isn't going to be a game that focuses on combat. This is
And
going
I
to be a
wouldn't
game
want
that
it to
focuses
be.
more
But
on
there are going to have to be scenes
Batman.
where he beats up a
Oh,
bad
for sure,
guy.
for
Biff.
sure. And that stuff has always been, fine in Telltale games. It hasn't been why you play a Telltale game, but it's been there. We've been talking about what the we were talking on Twitter about what the responses would be if you didn't if you were in a dialogue with somebody and you chose not to respond. Like Batman's kind of a quiet dude sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe that would be completely normal. But how cool would it be if you were having a conversation with Commissioner Gordon and he talks to you and you don't reply? And then when the timer runs out, it cuts from him back to Batman. And
He's just gone.
Like he Batmans.
So that's what I was thinking. Like, what if they give you that option? Like in every dialogue option, one of them's instead of silent, it's just leave when they're
just
not looking.
disappear. Yeah, dude. Oh, fuck
Leave
yeah.
when not looking. That's
Yeah.
good.
That's so good. Or just do the Batman.
Yeah, the
just
Batman.
fucking disappear.
You know what?
I love it.
Telltale, okay, they're hit or miss lately, obviously, but God,
They have,
their I just discovered today. I didn't even realize this. This is probably old news, but so there was a lot of talk. Someone, I forgot who it was. Was it Michael Pachter? I can't remember. I think it was someone at Microsoft was talking about the how challenging it would be to bring back GoldenEye, and how the James Bond license has bounced around over the years, and it's just a complicated. And they've had some failed game launches, and therefore it's just kind of grown stagnant as a gaming franchise. And the only apparently the only developer who has shown interest in buying the property and doing a game is Telltale. I'm just like, they literally had their fucking hand in everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with Batman.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen anything of it. It's very teasery.
But God,
so-
if it's successful, you know that's gonna lead to like a Telltale.
Booster Gold.
Booster
Telltale.
Gold. They're just gonna go right from Batman to Booster Gold.
Aren't
Fuck
they,
the rest
aren't they
of the
doing a
Justice
Marvel
League.
thing?
No,
I thought they were doing a Marvel
You know
thing.
it. You know this is exciting, but it's also kind of a dark rabbit hole they could tumble down, because Telltale could literally start creating, like, if it's successful, it could just turn into, like, you know how we have the Marvel Cinematic Universe? What if we have the DC or the Marvel Telltale Universe?
I
Where
don't
they just
think
start
you're
doing
gonna
nothing but
find that.
superhero
Yeah.
games.
I think due to the episodic nature and the fact that those episodes come out like several months apart occasionally, I think people are just going to get tired of this, same as anything else, because really the truth is it's not like the quality of these has really dipped that much. I think people are just tired of the Telltale formula and the Telltale release structure, and that's what they're getting sick of. So they
I don't
can't
know.
just churn these
the
things
quality
out.
of Minecraft can.
Well, sure. I mean, that's
That's my
because
opinion.
in some respects,
story
what you're
mode?
doing in those games is kind of boring. So if you're not like completely invested in the story or the characters and whatnot, then they're just not much going on.
I would have to hope that Telltale will bring to bear
Well, no, I'm
the
sure
best
the
of their
A-game-
talent
yeah,
for
I'm
a
sure their
franchise like-
A-game's
Weren't
gonna
you
be
hoping that for
like
Game of Thrones,
Batman.
Holy crap, guys.
But
What's up?
Batman.
We gotta get moving.
We gotta
Yeah,
go.
I know.
Well, you can rest assured that I will be playing it on the feed whenever it comes out. So if you guys don't want to spend the money to find out for yourselves, just watch me play it, because I'm gonna sure shit play it.
I'm probably gonna play it.
One more quick news topic. They released a mod for Witcher 3 where you can replace all combat with Gwent battles.
That is ridiculous. I saw that, and that's ridiculous.
Isn't that kind of tedious though?
It's like
Yeah,
the
no, it's
second,
probably super
the second
tedious.
you hit somebody, it
goes
starts a
into
Gwent
Gwent.
match, and then if you win the match,
They
then they
all
die.
die, yeah.
So you're surrounded by like 4 dudes, and it's like, and then a Gwent game
No,
starts.
if everyone around them would die.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if the group that you're currently in combat with, everyone would die. I don't know. Thought it was
Still,
funny.
though.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, I think it's time for community.
Yeah, it's time for the community. All right, so community. This. Oh shit! What is? I forgot his name.
Oh God.
Our subscriber of the month, our supporter of the month, rather. Does anyone know their name off the top of his head? Because I don't have my doc open.
You're killing me. You're killing me now.
not gonna.
Oh,
choose a game
wait,
here
is this still
anymore.
Dave the Zombie? Or was that last
No.
month?
that was last month. No, it's we have a new one. It is. I know their game. Does anyone else know their game? Brad?
I didn't know you shared it with us.
I did. Green Sub. Thank you. Green Sub 1995.
Holy shit,
Thanks,
that was close.
chat. You took forever. I
Hopefully
found it
it's
out in time.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
No,
or
it's
Xenoblade X or
By the way, real quick, to answer your
Steam
question,
World
Victus, I did hear the news about Disney wanting to bring back Star Wars 1313 potentially. That's all I'm going to say about
And
it right
the
now.
game of theirs that we will be playing in the month of December is We Love Katamari.
Oh yeah.
Delightful game.
Oh yeah.
That's
Delightful.
delightful.
That's good. I think that's the one I don't own, though.
Really? That's the second one.
I own,
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, I only own the first one. Yeah, sorry.
So,
There's a
second
lot
game,
of Katamari that
there are a lot of Katamari games, and they are all delightful. I love them all.
They're wonderful.
Yes, I kind of want to play that. I have a video game soundtrack. I have like a playlist of video game music, and Katamari is definitely on there. And every time those songs come on, I get so fucking. I want to roll you up into my life. Fucking love that soundtrack.
They are great. You know what? I'm going to take that to work tomorrow and just listen to that
Do
all day.
it. They're great. All right, new patrons. We have some new patrons
We do.
this week. We love our patrons. So did we say George last week?
I think so, but you can say them again. Fuck it.
George, you get extra love, George
Yeah,
M.
double dipping.
Yep, and then Jason R.
Jason, you're the man.
and Biohunter. Is that a research?
Yeah, he
Re-upped. Okay.
He re-upped.
So yes,
Well, thank you, Biohunter.
we appreciate it. We love you. So all of our patrons have the ability to ask us questions.
Yes, they do.
Every week we post a thread on there, and you can go in and ask us questions, whatever you want, and we answer them.
This is the first week in a while I wasn't able to monitor the questions as they were coming in, so I have no idea what you're going to ask.
Well, surprise, surprise. Landon asks our thoughts about Final Fantasy VII. We talked about that earlier, so there you go.
We talked about it
Landon.
at length.
You already know about it. Arxidus asks, are there any games that you do enjoy but would not recommend to members of 4Player or anyone else for a particular reason?
Satellite Rain.
I find that Monster Hunter series has always been a hard sell, even though those games have always been
That
really
is
awesome.
A perfect example.
Yeah.
Like when I had Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, like I played that for hours and hours and hours, but I could never say like, "Oh yeah, you should totally pick this up. You'll enjoy it." Yeah, it's just you have to get through so much shit just to like get into it. It like Destiny. I'm playing Destiny right now too, and I'm enjoying it, but I would never recommend
But
it to
you're
any
playing
of
it
you
right
guys.
now?
I'm playing it in my head right
I
now.
would never recommend Symphony of the Night to anybody else in the future.
Really?
He's been burned too many
if,
times.
If we had a new member show up, I'd probably not recommend it to them.
I don't believe you for a goddamn second.
You're right.
Fuck you, Brad.
Satellite Rain is a game I love, but I wouldn't recommend to anybody here. Or like,
I would never recommend
or like
Alan.
Pillars of Eternity. I don't think is necessarily y'all's bag.
I would never recommend Alan Wake to anybody.
Heck.
I mean, I think I only play good games, so I would recommend those. I'm just kidding. I
mean, I'm pretty shameless. I will recommend even. I'll recommend games even when I know nobody else is gonna play them, like
Yeah.
Singularity. Well, Brad played Singularity.
I played Singularity.
You did?
Yes.
Sweet.
Go look at my fucking achievement or trophy list. or
I
whatever.
believe you. I'll take your
Whatever
word for
it
it.
is. All right, next question from Lazy
Lazy.
Lazy Eye. What? How are you
Lazy
saying
Eye.
that? It's Layzie.
Lazy.
Lazy. What are your thoughts about jumping into a series for the first time by playing the sequel first instead of the original?
Oh god, it kills me inside when I have to do that.
Really?
It happens.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
Dark
think it's
Cloud, great
I
example.
don't think it's like Assassin's Creed. I would never recommend someone play the first game in that series.
But that's a through story, though, you know.
But, like,
I
it depends-
didn't finish Assassin's Creed 1, and I was kind of
it
lost.
depends on what you're playing the game for. Like for me, like recently Matt wanted to start playing Uncharted, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Should I just jump to 2?" And I was like, "You could, and you probably enjoy 2
And
way
that's
more."
I remember we talked because we were in a group message, and I told him like 2 is universally the best, but I mean like you should still play 1.
Yeah, it's just like I can't in good conscience recommend like if I was legitimately trying to get someone into Assassin's Creed, like they lay a lot of groundwork in Assassin's Creed 1, even if the game itself is not nearly as good as what
pretty
comes
poopy.
after.
Mike is in the other room. He said Witcher 2. I'd actually take that a step further and say Witcher 3.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
really
would.
enjoyed Witcher 2.
I think it's a fine game.
But it pales in comparison, I think.
Well, obviously, Witcher 3's a superior game to Witcher 2, but I still really enjoyed Witcher 2.
But I feel like that story is like barely even connected. You know, go read even just The Last Wish and then play Witcher 3.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
you could get through that book
There's
quicker
really
than you could
nothing
Witcher
in
2.
The Witcher. I feel like there's really nothing in The Witcher 2 that you need to know. That they don't just tell you up front when you start playing The Witcher 3.
To an extent. Anything else? Move on next question?
I guess my answer is
Zone of the Enders 2.
If you're playing a game for the story, I would always recommend starting with the first one.
Zone of the Enders 2.
But Zone of the Enders 2 is a example of a game where the story really doesn't matter all
There's
that
one
much.
really good cameo battle with the dude from the first game, but whatever.
From Per Morton. Per Morton. You talked a lot about your disdain for the Pip-Boy and how the lore and aesthetics have become a hindrance for innovation and improved UI. I seem to remember some talk about this problem with The Witcher 3 as well, Geralt not being able to learn new signs because that's not canon. So it got me thinking, are there any other examples where lore holds a game back?
Oh, man, that's a good
The
question.
Witcher's the example, but
Yeah.
lore holding a game back. I mean,
Holy crap.
how often does lore come first? It would have to be like a licensed game.
Yeah,
right?
it'd have to be something that's based off of something else. But it's like Fallout, that the series has been going on for so long that the lore of it's holding it back for some reason or another. It's kind of like one of the things I talked about with like the Assassin's Creed series is the whole like kind of going in the animus. They're they still throw it in there just because it's part of the series, but they don't really like. It's like so like I played a Syndicate. Nick, you've played it too. How much of that is there?
It's barely there at all.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why even have it at that point almost? Like, it's like they threw it in because it has to be there.
Yeah, which to me
obligations.
pisses me off because I feel like it's them losing their balls and it's just giving in to terrorism because fucking people are complaining about and bitching about it. Like, to me,
They're the one who created the voting system.
Yeah, that's
it's true. That's true. And which that doesn't make me any less frustrating to see them sacrificing their creative vision of the franchise because certain people didn't like a direction they took it. Like it's just have some pride in your
They just want to make a good game, I think.
Yeah, but have some pride in this IP that you created and stop giving into the demands of the people who like there's always going to be people that don't like certain aspects of something.
Yeah.
I mean, I partially agree with you. I mean, I feel like that happened with Mass Effect 1, that they had some parts that were kind of iffy and people complained and they just threw it out the window,
When we're talking about lore holding a game back, we're not talking about them making changes. Anyway, anything else? Move on to the next question. We got. Come on.
Someone a while ago mentioned, this is not really lore, I guess. Somebody mentioned a while ago the James Bond franchise, and that
James Bond should fly,
but there's a rule. This isn't lore. I mean, there's a rule that says, when they remade GoldenEye recently, since Daniel Craig is the new James Bond, they had to portray him as Daniel Craig instead of, which is not exactly lore, but that is a
But then
that is a
that's
rule.
bullshit
That is a
because they
rule
did-
that exists as part of the.
When they did From Russia with Love on PS2, that was the Sean Connery Bond.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but they were doing.
All right,
That's true.
moving on.
That is true.
Next question from James S. For all of you, what is a film that you love that everyone else hates, and what is a film you hate that everyone else loves?
I hated Interstellar.
That's a divisive film, though, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
people
it's
that loves that
divisive.
film.
It's definitely divisive.
That film sucked. Love.
Sorry, Mike. There's only one save in that game.
Movie that I love that everyone hates. I'm sure there's
So I mean,
Alien 3.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't even know how to describe that.
Gravity is everyone fucking loved that movie, and I watched it. And I don't really care for it.
I never saw it.
You're not missing out. I think they just liked it because it looked pretty.
Everyone loved The Godfather, but it insists upon itself. Dumb. I love The Godfather.
You're the worst, Brad.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like
Surf Ninjas.
what?
That's a movie I love.
You were a kid though.
Dude, that movie's still fucking great. Money Can't Buy Knives.
I think Revenge of the Nerds is a classic.
That
Y'all
you
didn't-
love that everyone else hates, or the other way around? You gotta say what the situation
I love
is.
Revenge of the Nerds.
I like that movie too.
Yeah, I guess everybody loves Revenge.
So
of the Nerds.
what's the alternative? A movie that you hate that everyone else loves?
That's what I was saying. That's just saying Gravity is one of the ones that I hate that everyone else loves. But then like
The thing is, I'm usually pretty good at picking out movies that I'm probably not going to like, so I just don't see them.
yeah. I mean, so for one of the ones that I love that a lot of people
Jurassic World, I think.
dislike.
I want to say this right now. I did a second viewing of Jurassic World because my family was in town and my little cousins wanted to watch
And
it.
it didn't hold up.
Well, I mean, I wasn't super impressed with it coming out of the first time, but like,
Come on, Nick.
Let
Time.
the hate flow through you. gives
what
you
is
power.
this bullshit story they're doing about weaponizing dinosaurs?
What is the whole bullshit of that entire movie even existing to begin with? Yeah. Dude, that movie sucks. Nick, that movie, I'm sorry, I love you.
You don't
that
get
movie
Elf.
sucks.
I'm not sitting here arguing because that is a movie. That is an
know.
example of a
I
movie
know.
that I am
This is just splash of cold
100% completely neutral about.
I love Elf.
I can watch it and just veg out and be like, okay, and like
World
get
is
a certain amount of
turd.
entertainment out of it, but I don't like it.
I own 2 copies of Elf, and I'm gonna watch Elf before the year is out. I love that movie. What was the reception on Life Aquatic? I know a lot of people weren't fans
I
of that.
think it was somewhat mixed.
Well, I think a
More
lot of
so
people
than other
didn't
Wes
see
Anderson
it.
movies.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of my all-time
Life
favorite
Aquatic
movies.
is an incredible movie.
I've
You know,
watched
you
that
were-
movie 3 times this year. So
Now you hate The Dark Knight?
I noticed something about Crispy.
I'm sorry.
He is very like you throw around like this movie sucks. Like you don't do that with games.
I know.
But
Yeah,
you
that's
do
you
that,
actually.
Maybe
you do that with.
I'm just more sure of my opinion of movies than I am games.
Okay. I'm just
Maybe,
saying,
I don't know,
I'm just
what?
saying, sometimes you get on me, and I don't want you kind of a hypocrite over here. Just a different medium.
Kind of.
I don't know.
I was getting on you for what? For saying that Alan Wake.
I
sucks?
love Jurassic World. The
Did you
dinosaurs, they're majestic.
Did you really?
No, it sucked.
I liked Interstellar.
just-
I liked Interstellar.
Interstellar is a
What?
beautiful film. I've never seen it. Matt Damon's in it, I heard.
Yes.
Yeah, it's dude. That movie's
All right, next question.
stupid.
I think Batman Begins is boring.
Fuck
And I
you.
mean that.
Fuck
the
you.
Begins can get a little.
I think The Dark Knight's the only really good Batman movie in that series.
I think you're crazy. I'm sorry. We need to move on.
Yeah, we need to move on.
Started too much shit with that question.
Angel asks, has there ever been a video game character and or moment that has influenced your personal views, actions, or personality?
Does it give an example?
If so, how different of a person do you think you would have become if you'd never come across the character or moment in gaming?
Is a specifically character or moment or just game?
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever you want. I don't care.
Influence my personality.
I don't think my personality has ever been
This
influenced
says
by a
character or moment, but I mean, if you want to just say game in general.
Moment, character, changed me as a person. When Sephiroth slid his blade through Ares' torso,
And then Cloud
I
killed her by
became a
dropping
much
her.
darker person.
The Brad
Started
Dark
wearing
timeline.
a trench coat to work
Yeah.
to school.
I don't really think there's anything. Do you remember that when they outlawed trench coats?
I remember
Now, where were you in like college by then?
that.
I don't, because I don't think anything for me has really been in that influential. I think I was raised pretty good. That I know.
Pretty well.
Yeah, pretty good. I was raised pretty good. Trust me, I know grammar. I just don't care.
Raised to be good.
That I feel like I'm a good person.
Yeah.
I'm not racist.
You got that going
I
for
mean,
you.
everyone's a little bit racist.
You think
But-
video games helped you be not racist?
No, that's what I'm
Oh.
saying. I'm saying I think I was
didn't need
I was
video
raised with a
games
pretty
to-
fucking good moral compass.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
That I remember when I was a kid and I stole a bookmark, and my dad he took the belt to me. I didn't steal anymore. So I mean, I feel like I was raised pretty good.
What
that-
was on the bookmark?
He was a fucking Goosebumps bookmark.
Damn.
I remember it.
Yeah, damn right you did.
And so I don't know. I just don't feel like there's been anything, at least for me, that's
right.
been influential.
We've been notified that we have
quickly.
to get- we have to
There's
move
still so
quickly.
many more questions. Mick Lopa, you're stranded on
Mick
an
Lopa.
island with 2 celebrities. One of them will completely work together with you in order to survive. No questions asked. The other one is an asshole who will have to be taken care of since he's gone mad and wants you both dead. Which 2 celebrities do you choose?
I'll take Matt Damon and Jimmy Kimmel.
Which one are you gonna kill?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
Wait, what? That's right. Why did you answer that so quickly?
Well,
it
because
just
Jimmy
pops
Kimmel
into my
always
head.
like, we don't have time for
He's
Matt
the-
Damon.
It always it seemed humorous. It'd be like an ultimate fuck you. It's
Okay, well, first of all, I make one of them a woman.
What
that
if
wasn't
she-
part of the question.
What if she's
Wait, wow, Brad, how nice of you.
is the woman Ellen DeGeneres? She's hilarious.
She
Yeah,
is
she's
great.
very
She would
cute.
be.
She'd be delightful.
Oh my god,
would be
imagine
delightful.
you and Ellen DeGeneres trying to survive on an island against Kevin Spacey.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about having Matt Damon on the island after seeing The Martian. For
Well,
one?
that was a character.
Hey, are we okay? Really? Is that? By the way, Chris Davis, you misspelled born.
Why wouldn't you want like Bear Grylls?
BG.
That's true. Is he a celebrity, though? I guess he is.
Yeah, he's technically no one's an
famous.
actor. They said celebrity.
I,
Dude, would
I
want
cannot
Alton
answer
Brown.
this quickly enough.
Alton Brown.
No. Pick the dude from Man vs. Wild and the dude from the other one.
Survivor Man?
Survivor Man?
Like
Oh
you
my
and
God.
Survivor Man versus
Dude,
a crazy despotic Bear
I see
Grylls.
Bear Grylls as actually the guy who's out there huffing it, while the Survivor Man's totally like fucking sleeping in a
Please.
hotel.
I mean, Survivor Man is like more real. Fucking whatever, Bear Grylls.
I mean, I say that based on the,
dig into this kill. It's still fresh.
I say that based on the fact that I haven't seen either.
the
of
lion's
those.
gonna come back. We just gotta eat it now. I can't even take it back.
I
with
haven't
me.
seen either of those shows, so that's all I have to go on.
This fucking Bear Grylls. Can we move on?
I guess the celebrity I would kill would be what's her face,
would-
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Attempt to kill.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, because she's like a horse. Or
Do you think I
whatever.
could take Oliver Platt in a fight? He's a big guy.
Um,
All right, we need to move on.
yeah.
I don't think you could take anybody in a fight.
Mila Kunis?
Wait, you could take Mila Kunis in a fight?
I feel like if she really wanted it.
All right. Do
She would
we,
give
we
you a
got to
run for
answer
your
another question?
Do we have to?
I
Oh,
think
we don't have to.
I think we need to wrap up because the
it's
show is
getting
going
kinda
long.
late. So if we missed your question, feel free to ask it again or ask a different question if you come up with a better one. We don't care. Just ask us questions.
We like answering your questions. These are fun.
That's fun. We have good times.
All right, so now we're gonna wrap up the show with the 4-player minute.
I'll go first.
Brad's gonna go first. We're gonna make it quick, guys. Quick.
All right, my hype is for SteamWorld Heist. It comes out tomorrow. It's getting very good reviews, and it looks cool. I can't wait. My sweat is for 2015 video games, because, oh my god. My thank you goes to, I'm glad that Her Story got some props at the Game Awards. I think that game is really cool, but it came out earlier in the year. I think people were kind of forgetting about it, but like, really interesting narrative structure. And my fuck you goes to Konami. Fuck it.
Forgot about that game.
Yep. Add it to your list. My hype
Jerk
is
store? What? No, Crispy, not you.
my hype is for Xenoblade Chronicles. I started playing that game. I'm really enjoying it.
It's a beast.
It is a beast. But I'm excited to play more of it. I hyped for SteamWorld as well. You getting it on Steam? I'll steal your copy.
Wait, it's coming to Steam?
Oh, I don't know. Was it coming on?
I thought it was launching on 3DS.
Well, fuck me. Apparently, I guess I'll cast that game.
I'd rather play the Steam version.
I know. I was assuming because I don't know. It's the first. Anyway, moving on. My sweat is obviously for all the fucking games. Like Jesus Christ. I mean, we knew it was coming, but still, like this year was so like backloaded with fucking good games, and trying to catch up on the ones I missed. Like oh my god, and like I don't have fucking time. My fuck you.
Jane
It goes to Laura P. I don't remember her name. Whatever the fucking writer.
Laura Palmer?
The writer for Variety, sorry. For Variety, who in the headline of her article today wrote, "Blank is dead," in reference to the final episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Iron Man?
What the fuck?
Is it Iron Man?
That's fucking ridiculous. There is no excuse, no reason, no anything that a writer for a site, because it's not like I was on Variety looking up fucking shit. I Googled Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. so I could get to ABC's website to watch the episode, and the fucking first thing that popped up was blank is dead. Seriously?
Some people just don't give a fuck. I don't know what's wrong with people.
That's fucking ridiculous. And my other fuck you... Oh, shit, I had two. What was the fucking other one?
Konami.
Oh, no, it's not Konami. I was very angry about this.
Capcom?
Skip me. Come back.
Crispy, go.
Crispy, go. I'll think about mine.
My sweat is for my time and my sanity because I don't have any of either. And it's the end of the year, and all these games that I'm going to not be able to finish. It's ridiculous. My thank you is a sarcastic one to Nintendo for releasing Xenoblade Chronicles X at the beginning of December. That's fucking ludicrous. How am I supposed to have that game in any... Like, how am I supposed to get anywhere near the end of that game before the end of the year for my...
You're not.
list? You're not. Whatever. My fuck you for the week goes to Redbox / people who scam Redboxes, because I fucking went today to try to rent a goddamn copy of Just Cause 3, and it was a piece of paper. It was a copy of the disc in the fucking box after they'd already charged me for the rental, and then I called them and I was like, yo, I got fucking scammed, and they're like, oh, we're really sorry about that. Here's a code for a free rental. But yeah, I just want my money back. I don't want to use your service again because I don't know.
Was that your first time using Redbox?
It's like the third time.
Oh, I was going to say, that would be great.
Yeah.
Dude, like...
Wasn't it a free rental anyways?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you didn't use the code for free rentals in December?
I didn't know that was a thing!
Oh,
God damn it!
Every Wednesday in December, you can get a free game rental from Redbox.
How do they know who returned the paper one?
I don't know.
I'm sure.
Let's not get into that.
That's a dumb question.
Yeah.
And then my hype is for No Man's Sky.
Of
You
course.
still remember that? Okay, I remember my fuck you. I remember my second fuck you. Jesus Christ. So,
Really?
no, not Jesus Christ. He's
Joseph Christ.
Anyway, moving on. Do y'all know the YouTube channel Rocket Jump?
No.
Freddie Wong, they do those those crazy CG videos and shit. You probably know it, Brad. They put out a new video today. They're doing all these shorts, and the new one today was kind of like this, it's called Fan Friction, and it was about two girls writing a fanfic, but one of them wanted to take it super seriously between fucking Sherlock Holmes and Dracula, and the other one wanted them to fuck. And so they're kind of going back and forth of they're fighting, but all of a sudden they start making out and stuff like that. And I thought it was hilarious just because, yes, Ashley Birch was one of because she's a writer at Rocket Jump now. But one of the hilarious because if you know anything about the whole world of fan fiction and shipping and all the girls on Tumblr and even guys love to write about, whatever two characters they like, fucking doing whatever. And you know what? It's fine. I thought it was hilarious. I thought the video was great. I scrolled down into the comments.
That was your first mistake.
Oh my fucking God. There are so many goddamn homophobic people out there that are watching this fucking, as soon as it's gay and fucking unsubscribing from this channel. And it's over a third were dislikes. It was hugely oh my God, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with people out there that they can't take a fucking comedic video and they're just this channel's trash now, and what is this, you fucking love the gays, and oh my God.
Just out of curiosity, this is way off topic. What is Donald Trump's stance on homosexuals?
Okay, all right, moving on.
What do you think?
Is it what I probably think it is?
He stands on them.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your mistake, Nolan?
Yeah. No, I
Scrolling into the comments.
realized it was my mistake. But usually when I like a video, I like to see what people
It is
said
amazing
about it.
it is amazing how you can find the most
How do these
normal
people
video.
have access to the internet?
Dude, it is amazing how fast you can find the most normal, mundane video, and if you start scrolling through the comments, by about halfway through it, someone will find a way to make it offensive and racist or homophobic or whatever. It doesn't even have to.
But why on Brad Ape Tit and why every week?
We'll talk about that.
All right. My hype this week goes to Halo 5 because it's the last major game that I need to play. It's the only game that I have that I'm planning on playing for the end of the year that I haven't at least started. So I'm playing that. I'm going to try and poop socket over the weekend, I think. My sweat goes to the Final Fantasy VII Remake only because Final Fantasy VII holds a special place in my heart, as it does for a lot of people.
I'm pretty sure for almost everyone it does.
Yeah, for a lot of people. It happens to be the first RPG I ever played. So it's not my favorite Final Fantasy. That goes to 9. But I do love Final Fantasy VII a lot. So I really, really, really hope this doesn't end up being... Sorry. I really hope
sleep,
it's
Nick.
time to go to bed.
Right now, just
Yeah. I'm really, really hoping they don't find a way to fuck it up. And if this is going to be episodic, quote unquote, I hope it's not like what I'm worried it's going to be.
I could just like imagine Nick at home rearranging his sock drawer or something, and the alarm goes off. All right, it's time, and he hops into bed.
in his footy pajamas, and he has a warm glass of milk.
Who has a go to bed alarm?
Dude,
I
for
said
the
it. Longest time.
No, the funny thing is I said it because I have the exact opposite problem. That thing goes off, and I usually go to bed about an hour after that goes off.
It's more to let you know, hey, it's later than you probably think it is.
Yeah. My thank you, or sorry, I'm gonna start with my fuck you. My fuck you of the week goes to Konami. Somebody had to say it. Fuck you, Konami, for the way you're treating Hideo Kojima. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
And thank you to Jeff Keighley for straight up fucking calling him out.
Oh, and thank you to Jay Raymond for that sick burn.
Yeah, that
on
was pretty
Kiefer
good.
Sutherland.
That was pretty good too.
And also, fuck whoever mishandled or whatever happened with that cue card, because
Yeah, that did suck.
That was like, I
That
have
was
a really
awkward.
hard time watching awkward videos, as a lot of people
I
know.
love them, but-
And that, I sank out of my chair. I was like, I
The
can't.
teleprompter was the worst part.
Oh god! Oh, and what the fuck? Speed up your teleprompters, people! You could tell everyone was waiting for the next line to come on the screen because they were like dragging words out, and there was these awkward
I don't think there was a
pauses.
teleprompter. I'm pretty sure there was a guy with like giant cue cards, and he's like fumbling with their.
Or they just set the teleprompter and walked away from it. There wasn't a dude like riding the speed.
And they
control.
put one of Jeff Keighley's teleprompters must have been like at his
No,
feet.
that's just Jeff Keighley. That's just him. He
No,
likes to
dude,
like
like,
look
he-
down and away.
Sometimes it does, but he was straight up reading off the floor. Anyways,
They dropped the cue cards.
yes. Anyways, that's it for our show this week, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for sticking with us. Video games, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
This has been episode 437 of 4Player Podcast.
Oh, I just realized something. Jade Raymond made Splinter Cell. I can't fucking imagine Splinter Cell without the real Sam Fisher, Jade Raymond. Right?
Okay.
Michael Ironside is Sam Fisher. So you want to talk, Miss Jade fucking Raymond? Raymond?
Raymond.
Raymond.
Everyone loves Raymond.
Raymond.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening. 4playernetwork.com is the website. Of course, you can watch us broadcast games every single night over at 4pp.tv. And of course, we hope you'll catch us next Tuesday for another episode. Goodbye. We're going to go play video games now, right?
Yep.
Bye.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yep.